Shortstop, number 3, Nick Rushi.
Good afternoon and welcome here to Winter Holder Field here in the metropolis that is Upland, Indiana, for today's winners bracket finale between the two remaining undefeated teams in the Crossroads League Tournament. It's the 2-seed Taylor and the 4-seed Huntington. Nick Rushi and the Trojans, the away team, here to start. We are underway with strike one. Joey Butts, 25 in cream, quickly works, and the count now sits at 1-1. Taylor won a thriller yesterday, 8-7 in walk-off fashion with the Michael Penarski center field home run on the second pitch of the bottom of the ninth, excuse me. It was the first walk-off in Penarski's career, both Little League, college, or high school. And it puts the Trojans here today against Huntington as Rushi swings and misses at the fourth one. It's now 2-2. The 4-seed Huntington ran all over St. Francis yesterday, a 15-8 romp as they scored the first 15 runs of the game. Watch USF score 8 in a single stanza. As Rushi slaps it off the end of the bat, tails in the left center field gap. He's got excellent speed. He rounds first. He hits his eyes on second. It's going to be a tight play. He slides in as he picks the afterburners, and it's a leadoff double for Nicholas Rushi, his 25th two-bagger of the year. Well, it took the Trojans 3 innings yesterday against Hoffman of Indiana Wesleyan to get their first hit. They waste a little time here today.
Number 11, TJ Bass.
And the batter here is one of the front runners for Crossroads League Player of the Year, TJ Bass. TJ struggled yesterday, going 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, or 3 Ks and a pop-out. Goes after the first one here, fouls her straight back, 0-1. TJ, a .371 average, came into this tournament leading the country in RBI, has 86 this season, and he's belted 20 home runs, both the most in a single season in the illustrious history of the Taylor baseball program. Rushi stands at second after a leadoff double. Curveball bounces away from Butt, or bounces away on the curveball here. That missed cue on the pitch is easy work, and it moves Rushi up to third base. Any free pass is easy work for the speedy Rushi. So the wild pitch on Butts, that's number 11 for 25 in cream this season. Third one to Bass. Good eye, fastball left upstairs, 2-1. These two teams split the regular season series, with the Trojans winning games 1 and 4. Bass lifts it up, and it goes out of play over our heads, 2-2. For those of you wondering, the big man walking in front of your screen in the Tampa Bay Rays uniform is our friend Trey Wood. He was here for every game yesterday, spent 14 hours at the ballpark here a day ago. He now moves in front of me. It's a swing and a miss as Bass goes down. A nice curveball there from Butts. One out, runner at third for the DH, Caleb Colpine.
Stepping to the plate for the Trojans is the designated hitter, number 17, Caleb Colpine.
Colpine 1 for 5 yesterday in the win over Indiana Wesleyan. Trojans were out hit 14-9, but their offense caught fire late, scoring 5 of their 8 runs in the last 3 times up. Colpine skies one up the left side of the park. It tails out of play. It's a strike one on the foul ball. Connor Crawford, Camden Knepp, Jacob Morris, who wears number 26 today, Ben Calbaugh, Michael Penarski yesterday's here, and Cade Vandermolen round out the Taylor order here this afternoon. The righty Butts against the lefty bat of Colpine. Rushi stands at third, and it's ball one upstairs. A ball and a strike. With Rushi at third, led the inning off with a double. Pull to the right is Colpine, 1-2. Taylor and the visiting team on the scoreboard today. They get to use their dugout that they normally use for home games in here. They're donning their new gray uniforms with the block Taylor on the front in purple, the white trim on those numbers and letters. A ball and a strike to Colpine, 1 out, runner at third. Curveball gets Colpine looking for strike 3, and after giving up the leadoff double, Butts has battled back to get back-to-back Ks against 2 of the top players in the Crossroads League.
Now batting for Taylor, the cleanup man and center fielder, number 9, Connor Crawford.
Butts with a 4-4 overall record, an ERA of 9.38. Does have 65 strikeouts to only 32 walks, now 67 Ks. And he'll face Connor Crawford right here. Ball 1-1 low. Crawford yesterday 2 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. Taylor 38-16 on the year. They finished second place in the Crossroads League. They're the 24th ranked team in the country. Huntington 26-21. Fastball drops into the top part of the zone, and it's 1-1 as Crawford took that one looking. We'll set the defensive lineup for Huntington after this offering to Crawford. 2 outs, runner at third is Rushi. A leadoff double and a wild pitch got him to third, but that's where he's been for some considerable time. Third one, and Crawford goes ahead 2-1. It's Jarrett Gray in left, Ian McCutcheon in center, Matt Wolf is in right. Daniel Lichty plays third base today, Satchel Wilson at short, Langston Ginder's the second baseman, Owen Young's at first, and Jaden Deal is behind the plate here for Huntington. The winner moves on to the first what could be 2 championship games tomorrow. The loser plays tonight at 7. Curveball, Crawford checks. They go to first base, and Drew Thompson, our first base umpire, he says no. And it's 3-1 here for Crawford. Our umpires today, Jaquez Smith behind home plate, along with Thompson at first and Timothy Walters at third. Righty versus righty matchup. Crawford tries to get a 2-out rally going here in the first. Big swing and a miss, and the count is all full 3-2. Crawford at 298 average, trying to get back above 300 after a rough start here to the Crossroads League Tournament. Started off great for the Trojans. The start has started to fizzle here. Payoff pitch from Butts. Fastball to the left side. There's Wilson, the shortstop. He vacuums it up, fires to first. Low pick, but Young able to make it. He had to go full extension. It wasn't a pretty way to end the inning for Huntington, but they leave a runner stranded. Here after the top of the first, the Foresters up to the bat next, here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits.
Taylor bats, or the Huntington bats for the first time today, as they are the home team here this afternoon. And Langston Ginder, or his name is Daniel Lichty, lifts it into the air. Left center, Crawford comes in. Morris is there. He makes the catch off of his left shoulder. There's one pitch and 1 out.
batting the center fielder, number 4, Ian McCutcheon.
So 1 pitch and 1 out for the Trojan starter, Alec Holcomb, who makes his first start of the season and his first start since having Tommy John surgery last March. A 1-0 overall record. It's his 11th appearance overall. Bounces the fastball in. It's 1-0 here to Ian McCutcheon, the stellar center fielder here for the Foresters. 6-foot junior out of Huntington, Indiana. McCutcheon leads him in batting average at .384, second in hits with 51, and leads him in homers with 13. Holcomb, the righty, out of the stretch. That one upstairs, and it's 2-0. Alec had a brief outing against Huntington in the regular season. The Trojans split those 4 games with the Foresters. Holcomb went 2/3 of an inning, did not get the decision. Gave up 3 hits and 3 runs, no strikeouts and no walks. Third one just misses inside. It's 3-0. Really good to see Holcomb back out there. He was slated to be the number 4 starter a year ago before having that elbow soreness and ultimately led to Tommy John surgery. The called strike 1 makes it 3-1. We've got 1 out here in the bottom of the first, nobody on. Here as Huntington and Taylor lock up for the 5th time this season. The winner moves on to the winner's bracket game tomorrow. McCutcheon underneath on the swing. It's out of play backwards, 3-2. We'll set the Taylor defense after the McCutcheon at-bat comes to a close. First of 3 games here at Winterholder Field this afternoon. Payoff pitch, McCutcheon sends it backwards again. We'll do it again. McCutcheon was 0 for 2, but did walk twice, scored once, and also drove in a run against St. Francis in the victory yesterday. Here's a 7th pitch, the at-bat. McCutcheon watches a fastball miss high. It's a 1-out walk and the first base runner on the day here for the Foresters.
Stepping into the plate for Huntington is now the second baseman, number 3, Langston Kinder.
Taylor defense today, Jacob Morris is in left, Connor Crawford in center, TJ Bass is patrolling in right field. Michael Panarski's at third, Nick Rushi's at short. They form one of the better left side defensive teams in the Crossroads League. Camden Epps is second baseman, Kate Vandermolen back out at first, and Ben Cowball's behind the plate. Swing and a miss against the lefty Langston Ginder, the Ball State University transfer. Ginder a .314 average. It's his second season at HU. 53 hits with 19 extra base knocks. Holcomb is still as a statue on the hill. Pickoff attempt back to first. McCutcheon dives in. He's a good base stealer. 13 for 17 this year is McCutcheon. Huntington, one of the better teams in stealing bases in the Crossroads League. 124 for 138. That's a percentage success rate of just below 90 by 0.1%. So they go, and they go often. McCutcheon stays on this one. Second pitch is up and away off speed, 1-1. Ginder 2 for 4, drove in 5 runs yesterday for the Foresters. Also walked once and struck out once. Holcomb sets to the stomach. 1-1 inside, scooting back is Ginder, and the count is in his favor now, 2-1. During the regular season, Ginder was 4 for 12 with a double and 2 RBI in the 4 games here at Winterholder Field against Taylor pitching. Those games were back on March 10th, and then the doubleheader March 14th. Back over to first goes Holcomb. No tag applied from Vandermolen. Good to see Vandy back out there. Missed a month of the season with a leg injury. Suffered at Mount Vernon Nazarene, one of the last couple series of the regular season. Been a pinch hitter the last 2 weeks. Has moved back to the starting lineup at first base a day ago and made a great pick on a throw from Rushi. 2-1 runner stays. Pop up and a foul ball, 2-2. Ginder 5'11", 190 pounds. Huntertown, Indiana, the home. Lefty bat against the right-handed throwing Holcomb. He's got the shortstop, Satchel Wilson, waiting on deck. 1 out, 1 on for Huntington. No score bottom of the first. Holcomb back over to first where McCutcheon is occupying right now after his 1 out walk. The Trojans keeping a keen eye on 4 and Cream. He was 2 for 2 on stolen base attempts yesterday in the 7-run win over St. Francis. 2-2 the count here with 1 gone. McCutcheon stays again, 2-2. Sky to deep left field. Crawford and Morris go back at the warning track. They run out of room, and it just sails over the scoreboard in left center field. Langston Ginder drills his 5th home run of the season, and in the blink of an eye, Huntington takes a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. So not the start that Taylor wanted. They got the leadoff double from Ruschi in the top of this first, but could not bring him around after having him stranded at third. And then they watched Langston Ginder go opposite way with the wind blowing out towards right center for a 1 out, 2 RBI home run. And here's the shortstop, Satchel Wilson. He tries to go with the wind to right field. Playing way back was Bass. He now has to really run in. He's able to make the catch for out number 2. So both outs recorded in this inning have been on 1 pitch. The leadoff fly out by leadoff man Lichty, and then right here with Wilson. And now here's Matt Wolf. "2-0 Huntington lead here in the bottom of the first. This one smacked towards left center field, tails away from Crawford. It'll bounce out the warning track. Crawford snags on the hop, then drops, and that gives Wolf the extra advantage to motor into second base. A 2-out knock here for the Foresters as they continue to try to pile it on here in the bottom of the first, leading 2-0.
Now batting the left fielder, number 11, Jarrett Gray.
2 hits and 2 extra base knocks for the Foresters. And here's Jarrett Gray, the catcher out of Warren, Indiana. Again, Holcomb's first start in over a year. Started last season in Arizona in January. Called strike here to Gray. But then had that elbow soreness. And have Tommy John surgery. Had his longest outing a couple games ago, 3 innings in the regular season finale series against Grace. Tries to dot the outside corner, misses by a ball and a half. It's 1-1. With a 2-0 Huntington lead here in the bottom of the first, the winner moves on in the winner's bracket to tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The loser comes back and tries to keep their tournament hopes alive here at 7 p.m. Runner at second, it's a 2-out double. Wolf is runner there. Vandermolen fields at first, underhands to Holcomb, who covers for out number 3. But a 1-out, 2 RBI home run by, or 2-run home run by Langston Ginder over the left field fence has given Huntington a 2-0 lead after 1 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan.
Two 2-0 lead for Joey Butts on the hill here for Huntington. He starts off against Camden Knepp, and the count evens at 1-1. Knepp, Morris, and Cowball, the 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Trojans. They struggled yesterday, leaving a considerable amount of guys on base against Indiana Wesleyan. They're able to turn it on late as Knepp sends one screaming out of play to the left, 1-2. Taylor finds themselves behind the 8 ball here early after the 2-run homer by Ginder. In the bottom of the first, we're in the top of the second. 4th one to Knepp. Curveball from Butts up and away, 2-2. The good news for the Trojans is yesterday Hoffman, the big righty for Indiana Wesleyan, an inch taller than the 6'6" Butts. So they have seen a tall righty on the hill in recent time. Curveball misses above those purple letters that spell Taylor on the front of Knepp's gray uniform. And the count is full here to the leadoff man in the second. And the pitch, up and away. A leadoff walk has got Knepp on the bases.
Now batting the left fielder, number 26, Jacob Morris.
And the batter is Jacob Morris, wearing number 26 here this afternoon in gray. The lefty Morris in against the right-handed throwing Butts. Back over to first. Knepp lunges back in. Huntington wants to keep a keen eye on Knepp. He's the best base stealer for the Trojans this year, 10 for 12. Mount Vernon Nazarenes made their way over after the free continental breakfast at their hotel. They fill the seats to our right as they play our second game of the day against Marion. That's out of the loser's bracket. The winner of that game takes on the loser of this game here. Ball 1 here to Morris. Had a rough day at the plate yesterday with a couple of strikeouts. But Butts misses high. It's quickly 2-0. Two 2-0 lead here for the 4-seed Huntington. They beat Bethel here on this field to start the tournament off on Saturday. So their second time here at Winterholder Field during the 2022 tournament. Off-speed finds the upper part of the zone to make it 2-1. Morris a .287 average with 21 extra base hits, including 5 homers. Now he goes ahead 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Butts walk Knepp to start this inning off. Taylor down by 2 in the second. Morris smacks it foul to the left. A mighty cut there from Morris as the wind has now shifted and blows out towards left field. Full count to Morris with Cowball, the Taylor catcher, on deck. Butts out of the stretch and comes home with the payoff. Inside, ball 4. And that's back-to-back walks to start the second inning off, and the Trojans have the tying runs on.
Stepping into the box for the Trojans is now the catcher, number 34, Ben Cowball.
Butts just 32 walks on the season coming in 47 innings, so just about the average there, knocking on the door of about a walk per inning. Cowball was the one that broke the no-hit bid up for Hoffman yesterday with a ripped double up the left field line that in our post-game show presented to you by Ivanhoe's, that has an app, by the way, as Cowball shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. Taylor head coach Kyle Gould mentioned that Ben missed a home run by just about a foot or so, maybe 2 feet. He just smoked one up the left field line. 2 walks to start the inning off here in the second. Taylor down by a deuce. Off speed's in for a strike as Cowball again shows bunt. Ben 1 for 4. That double was the only hit for him yesterday. Also walked once. Because in the day, the .234 average. Sat on one, just got a little bit underneath of it and sent it backwards foul. Good opportunity on one right there in the zone, but Ben is a little bit underneath. Taylor down 2 here in the top of the second with 2 on. Backdoor pitch, Cowball rips up the left field line. Jarrett Gray goes back. It sails over his fence and off the wall. 1 run comes around. Morris digs in for third base. The throw in time. They get Morris out. But it's an RBI double for Cowball, and the Trojans have struck to within 1. Gray leapt into the air and left. It did not bounce very hard off that chain link fence. And a good job by Gray to pick it up and fire it in. Here comes Drew Lloyd to run for the double and Cowball. So a tough break there for the Trojans. They get one, but also concede the out.
27, Michael Penarski now bats for the Trojans.
7-6-5 it looks like on the sequence there. As here comes Drew Loy to run for Cowboy at second, and yesterday's hero, Michael Penarski. Second pitch at the bottom of the ninth, smoked a line drive that took a couple limbs off the farthest left pine tree in center field. According to his father on Twitter, it was the first walk-off home run in his college career. Pickoff back to second. They got Loy dead to rights. Run down here with Ginder. As Loy runs to second, a lob in. Ginder dives, and they got him on the backside on the tag. And that's two tough breaks for the Trojans. Here's they've sacrificed two different outs, and Taylor head coach Kyle Gould really not happy there in the third base coach's box. So Loy caught stealing for the third time this season. And what started off as a promising inning for the Trojans has quickly fizzled here. Ball one low to Penarski. It was two walks to Knepp and Morris. Cowball ripped one off the left field fence for a second RBI double of the tournament. But then Morris got caught out trying to stretch it. He's going to get from first to third. Strike one here to Penarski to even it up. And then Lloyd just got caught on a pickoff attempt there from Butts. 1-4-5 on the put out there. And there's strike two on a curveball that Penarski took. Taylor down by one, but they look to have a really great chance to tie this game up on the start to the inning. A couple base running miscues have hurt the visiting team today. Penarski rips it left side, staying down is Lichty at third. Rockets one high, but it's right there for the big man Young to haul it in. So Huntington avoids real damage here. Taylor gets one back. It's 2-1 Huntington after 1.5.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the...
Two-1 lead here for the 4th seed Huntington, as the Trojans get a run back in the top of the second. Bottom third of the order up here, 6'4" Owen Young out of Alexandria, Indiana, and Arkansas Pine Bluff leads it off. He has multiple batting gloves sticking out of both pockets of his cream pants this afternoon. 1-0 to Young to start. Enters the day with a .272 average. Good off-speed pitch from Holcomb. Makes the count even at 1-1 on the outside corner. Each team with 2 knocks on the day. Second time at the plate is Young fooled by the breaking ball. He swings and misses. It's 1-2. Young, Mosier, and Deal. The 3 up for the Foresters here in the bottom of the second. Righty versus righty. Opposite batter's box as Calball has re-entered and is catching behind the plate. 2-2. Young was 1 for 6 with an RBI and a strikeout yesterday in the second game of the tournament for Huntington. Deep breath for Holcomb, 2-2. Fastball upstairs, Young on his heels, swings and misses. And a good start to the bottom of the second. First K of the day for Holcomb.
Now up for the Foresters, the designated hitter, number 29, Max Moe.
Here's the DH Mosier. 29 in cream, 6'1" graduate from nearby Portland, Indiana, and Jay County High School. So welcome back to the area, Mosier. Open righty stance. Holcomb picks the outside corner to make it 1-1. Mosier a .278 average this season. Starts just his 5th game here of 2022. 10 hits, 2 doubles, and a home run. Holcomb off target low, 2-1. 2-run home run by Ginder last inning. The difference right now as the Foresters of Huntington have a 1-run advantage. Wind blows out to left. Off speed is high. And it's 3-1 for the DH, Max Mosier. And this one's away, and that's the second walk allowed by Holcomb. Same start that he had last inning. Got the first man out and then walked the second. Then the third man last inning was Ginder with the home run. The batter is the catcher, Jaden Neal, out of Hobart, Indiana. 6'3", 180 righty bat. Real tight lead for Mosier at first. He is 2 for 2 on stolen base tries this season. Holcomb off target low. Holcomb out of the stretch, bends and twists at the waist and looks back at Mosier at first, who extends that lead. Holcomb comes home, swing and a miss. Make it actually foul tipped in the glove of Cal Buddisk, and a piece was deal. And the count evens at 1-1. Two to 1 Huntington lead here in the bottom of the second of our winner's bracket contest. Third offering lifted in the air off the end of the bat. Bass playing back, comes in, walks forward, makes the catch off his left shoulder. Second out of the inning.
Back up for the Foresters, a leadoff man and third baseman, number 16, Daniel Licht.
Top of the order for the third baseman, switch hitter Daniel Lichty. Saw just one pitch against Holcomb and flew out to Morrison left. Back to first, almost got Mosier dancing too far away. Beautiful pickoff try there from Holcomb. That's a 6'1", 210 Mosier, almost got caught looking. Breaking ball misses its mark, 1-0. Lichty, the 5'9" graduate out of Ontario, Canada. Third on the team in average at .337, but paces the Foresters with 63 hits here in 2022. Holcomb goes to the outside corner, gets the called strike to even it up. Two outs, one on here in the bottom of the second. Mosier, big old lead, good throw. Vandermolen with the tag, and just getting back by the hair of his chin is Mosier at first. He hopped to the right, and that's exactly the moment that Holcomb gunned it to first. And Mosier, with a magic trick, is safe at first, barely. He's taking that big old lead again. This one ripped to deep right field, and this one is long gone by Daniel Lichty. Another one-out walk comes back to hurt the Trojans as Lichty drills his 6th home run of the season, and it's back to another multi-run lead here for Huntington. They're up 4-1 on their second 2-run home run of the day. The switch hitter Lichty just turned on that, rode the wind over the right field fence. And here's Ian McCutcheon, the center fielder. Ball one here to McCutcheon, the center fielder. So those two base running miscues by the Trojans. Morris getting thrown out trying to go from first to third, and then Loy getting picked off at second and ultimately tagged out at third. Have come back to hurt the Trojans in a big way here. Didn't look like it was the worst thing in the world on the top of the second inning. when it was just a one-run advantage, but Lichty has made it pay even worse here in the bottom of the inning. McCutcheon lifts into the right. Bass was already there, takes a couple steps to his left or right, makes the catch. For the second inning in a row, Holcomb gives up a two-run home run after a one-out walk. It's 4-1 Huntington after two here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Cade Vandermolen makes his 44th start of the season, back-to-back days for 5 in gray. And Butts, working with a 3-run lead, deals in a first strike here. 9-1-2 up for the Trojans as they find themselves back down by multiple runs after the Calabaw RBI double last inning. Curveball gets away from Butts. It's 1-1. Couple of home runs for Huntington here in the ball game in the first 2 innings. First Ginder and then Lichty, 3-1 in the Forrester order. 2-1 here to Vandy, who had a clutch 2 RBI single yesterday for the first 2-out hit for the Trojans. That kick-started that late game rally for TU as the Trojans scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. That was right after the Evan Salmon 3-run home run that kind of sucked the energy right out of the joint. Ball 4, another leadoff walk dealt here by Butts. The good thing going for the Trojans is they've gotten the leadoff man on all 3 times today. The problem is they've only scored once so far.
Number 3, Nick Rush.
Top of the order, Nicholas Rushi. Had the leadoff double in the first. Rips it to the right side. This might be double number 2. Vandermolen looks over that right shoulder. He checks up. It's a single for Rushi. And again, for the second inning in a row, the Trojans have the first 2 guys on base.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, TJ Bass.
And here's Bass. Struck out swinging his first time up against Butts. We'll see what Bass can do here. Again, had struggles with the plate yesterday, made up for it with a 1-hop throw to get a runner out at home on Stavola from deep in right field when the Trojans were threatening late in the contest. Breaking ball, strike 1 to Bass. Two on, nobody out, top of the 3rd. Butts pivots, nobody holds as he bluffs the throw to Vandermolen at second. Taylor got the first 2 men on last inning, only came around to score 1 of them. Trying to not duplicate that here. Curveball, Bass, way gone. Bass admires his work, as he should. His 21st home run of the season. How about 89 runs batted in? And just like that, Bass ties us at 4. Well, that quieted the Huntington fans real quick. Bass jogs in, points to the sky, 21 bombs, 89 runs batted in. That's 21 more than the previous single-season record.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 17, Caleb Colton.
Well, if you like home runs, welcome to the launching pad in Upland, Indiana. Still nobody out here in the 3rd. for Caleb Colpine, the DH. For Butts, that was just the 5th home run he's allowed in now 12 appearances here in 2022. He's a junior out of Indianapolis, Indiana, Heritage Christian High School. Colpine scoots back, gets 2-0. Heritage Christian, if you're a lacrosse fan, pretty good powerhouse down there. It's provided us a lot of top-level players. All 3 Garrick brothers, Aiden Craig, pretty good. Strike 1 here to Colpine. Caleb, 6'3" freshman out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Homestead High School graduate. Scoots back, and now he's up 3-1. Had a ridiculous senior season after committing to the Trojans as a junior. Batted well over 600 his senior season at Homestead. Bats 400 here as a collegiate in his first year. And he draws a no-out walk with the game tied at 4. And now here's Crawford. Time is called as Langston Ginder comes in from second to have a quick little chat with Butts and Deal. A much longer time for chats here from our crew of Jaquez Smith, Drew Thompson, and Timothy Walters, our 3-man crew yesterday. They had that thing moving. They were almost following every catcher out to the mound to try to keep those meetings quick, tight, and ending quickly.
Stepping into the box for the Trojans now is the center fielder, number 9, Connor Crawford.
Go ahead and run it first. Nobody out for Connor Crawford, who had the game-tying home run yesterday. Butts drops in a nasty 12-6 curveball for a called strike 1. It was the bottom of the 8th. Crawford turned and tattooed one over the left field fence. And that was after Bass threw out a runner in the top half of the inning. Fastball that's going to drill Crawford in the shoulder, or maybe hit him even up high as Jaquez Smith, our home plate umpire, waves in for athletic trainer Casey Hackman immediately. That one got away from Butts and came right upstairs. And it looks like it got Crawford right on the face. Good to see Connor pop right back to his feet. But Hackman applying some gauze right now to the face of Crawford. He is able to walk with Hackman helping him a little bit, but Crawford definitely walking under his own power. Upset as he has to ditch his helmet and his batting gloves. So Mason David enters at first base as Butts hits his 16th batter of the season. That one got away and hit Crawford upstairs. He was able to walk under his own power as he's being attended to right now in the medical tent by Taylor athletic trainer Casey Hackman. Taylor head coach Kyle Gould not happy, having a conversation with home plate umpire Jaquez Smith and the third base umpire Timothy Walters. And now the umpires will bring associate head coach Thad Frame over to talk. So now all 3 umpires talking with both head coaches. From the part that we can hear, it's something about that Crawford got hit in the head. There is some activity starting in the Huntington pen, so they might be anticipating a pitching change here. The good news, Crawford able to pop back to his feet. And so Butts will stay in here. Again, a conversation with all 3 umpires and both head coaches. As Thad Frame sharing the coaching duties with his legendary father, Mike Frame, who's in his 38th season leading the Foresters. Thad is 13th season on staff. So David runs for Crawford at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 3rd. Bass's 3-run home run has tied us at 4. The good news here in the NAI, you have that double substitution rule like you do in softball. So if Crawford could get mended up, he could come back in to play center field in the bottom of the third. The batter here is Camden Knepp. He started the fun last inning with a walk. David runs for Crawford at first. Caleb Colpine, the go-ahead run, is at second base. Wind tails out towards left field here in the top of the third. Right at the top of letters, good pitch from Butts. It's 1-1. Knepp walked and scored on the Cowball double last inning. 4-4 game here in the top of the third. Knepp swings and misses at a fastball that he tried to drive to the right field area. 1-2. 2 on, nobody out. Taylor trying to take their first lead of the day. Knepp watches a curveball miss in. It's 2-2. Knepp has been the Trojans' best batter here in the Crossroads League Tournament. Started game 1 against Spring Arbor 4 for 5. And then yesterday went 1 for 2 with a couple of runs batted in and a walk. He's been the most consistent guy for the Trojans, batting out of the 5 and 6 spot. 2-2. Fastball. Knepp called for a looking strike on the inside corner. Camden not happy about it. But Butts gets his third strikeout of the day and a big first out here for the right-hander out of Huntington.
Now batting for Taylor, the left fielder, number 26, Jacob Morris.
And the batter is Jacob Morris, the left fielder wearing 26 this afternoon in gray. First pitch, mighty cut, foul tipped, held on to by Dio. Morris walked and then got thrown out trying to extend from first to third. That was the start of the base running woes for Taylor last inning. Then it got worse after the Lichty home run in the bottom half of the frame. Off the outside part of the plate, this one scrapes the clouds. It tails out of play to the left. Lands in the Taylor bullpen, ricochets back in, and it's snagged by the hustling Jarrett Gray, the Huntington left fielder. So that's good work for the folks tracking the foul balls today. They can take one off the list that they have to worry about trying to find. Two strikes to Morris. Taylor looks for that first lead of the day. 1 out, 2 on here in a 4-4 game in the third. Butts readies and comes home out of the stretch. A curveball, Morris scrapes to the right field. Wolf was playing back. He races in. Makes the catch in shallow right for out number 2.
Now batting for Taylor, the catcher, number 34, Ben Cowball.
2 outs for Taylor here in the top of the third. Bass's 21st home run of the year, a 3-run shot, has tied our game at 4 apiece. First one to Cowball, tried to turn on it like he did last inning, got underneath of it on the handle of the bat. Foul ball up and away, 0-1. Second one to Ben. Curveball, swings through and misses, 0-2. RBI double for Cowball. He's had one of those in the last 2 games. Down 2 strikes here. Butts has been good with the off-speed stuff this afternoon. Goes to it again here. Cowball sits back, but it's an infield pop-up. Ginder tracks, and he's called off at the last moment by the shortstop, Satchel Wilson. There's out number 3, but a 3-run home run by T.J. Bass has tied us at 4 after 2.5 on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. from our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you.
First pitch, nubbed right in front of home plate. Cowball throws it down to first, and a soft out number one for the second baseman, Langston Ginder. 4-4 game here in the bottom of the third. The defensive changes after Crawford got hit in the face with a pitch in the bottom of the top of the third. Knepp bounces out to right field from second. Mason David, who pinch ran for Crawford in the top of this inning, is now at second base, and Bass shifts over from right to center. Everybody else stays the same, one out. Holcomb bounces it in, this one in short, as Satchel Wilson showed bunt on the first one. One gone, 4-4 game here in the bottom of the fourth. Wilson flew out to Bass in right field his first time up. 2-0 here to this right-handed hitting shortstop. Third one, golfed to Knepp, the new right fielder. Races in, sunglasses on, and there's two outs on the catch.
Now up for the Foresters, the right fielder, number 24, Matt Wolf.
Holcomb could really use a 1-2-3 inning here in this third frame. Brings up the right fielder, Matt Wolf. Fishers, Indiana native. Spent last year at the University of Kentucky, but did not play baseball for the Wildcats. Enters today with a .311 average. The righty stands as tall as a statue. It's a strike on the outside corner. Wolf started his career at the U.S. Naval Academy, spent 2 years there, and as an former employee of the premier leadership institution in the world, I am required to say, go Army, beat Navy. Second one bounces in short to Wolf. It's 1-1. He doubled his first time up. Spent 2 years at the Naval Academy, but did not want to sign the document that requires you to be in the Navy for 7 years, so before having to pay money back to the government and the Naval Academy, he elected to go somewhere else, spent the year at Kentucky but did not play, and is back here in his home state of Indiana in his first season at Huntington. Third one, chases one up high. The fastball makes it 1-2. Wolf won the state title as a Fishers High School grad. Left after the 2020 season in Annapolis. Got hurt the summer between Navy and UK and has battled back this year. Roll over left side. Ruschi, backhanded short, sets his feet, fires across to Vandermolen, and that's a 3-up, 3-down. Bottom of the third. We're tied at 4 after 3 in the winner's bracket game between 2-seed Taylor and 4-seed Huntington. This is the Crossroads League Tournament on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Four game in the top of the fourth. 8-9-1 up for the Trojans. The man with the big hit yesterday is at the plate here, Michael Panarski. Third home run of the year, took the second pitch deep and sent this place into hysterics as the Trojans came back and erased a 4-run deficit and knocked off their Cross County foe, Indiana Wesleyan. The Wildcats then lost in the very next game at a turnaround 35 minutes after that soul-crushing defeat and lost the top seed Mount Vernon Nazarene. The Cougars sitting off to our right, getting a little sun, along with their pitching coach and former Taylor pitcher Tucker Waddups, also working on his tan down below us. Strike at the knees. 2-1 here to Panarski. Panarski leads it off, and there's 2-2 on the outside corner. Michael grounded out to his third base counterpart, Lichty. His first appearance at the plate today. Leads off the fourth, the 2-2, and Butts fires a fastball away, and the count is run full. Panarski, the Manchester University transfer, a .230 average this season. And the payoff here from Butts. Inside, Panarski rips to the deep center field, but McCutcheon, now he's got to backpedal a lot. McCutcheon reaches up, uses all 6'3" of that frame. Came in and had to shuffle backwards like a defensive back, able to make the catch on the back pedal. And there is one out here in the fourth.
Now batting the first baseman, number 5, Cade Vanderbilt.
Good sounding contact, not enough drive there, but McCutcheon, actually only 6 feet, but he got some long arms out there for 4 and cream. And here's the number 9 batter, Cade Vandermolen. Fastball, he's going to send one right back to McCutcheon. This one tails into the right center field gap. A little bit easier this time for McCutcheon. He's already back there. Makes a catch and a spin. 2 up, 2 down for Taylor here in the fourth. Top of the order up with the shortstop, Nick Ruschi.
The Trojans is the shortstop, number 3, Nick Ruschi.
So Vandermolen now 0 for 1 of the day. Here's Ruschi, who's a perfect 2 for 2. Fastball right down the middle. Ruschi takes for a strike. The leadoff double for Nick was his 25th one of the season. He now knocks on the door of 60 doubles in his illustrious Taylor career. Curveball finds the bottom part of the zone, looking for strike 2. Ruschi has flashed the leather a lot in this tournament, trying to do a little more work with the bat. Butts his curveball, misses away to the lefty, 1-2. Taylor was 0 for 6 with 2 outs until they scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Ruschi got the second of the 2 RBI hits. Pulls one to the right side. This one sails to the parking lot. And it lands just before it gets to the cars. Mount Vernon, Nazarene, and Marion, our second game of the day. 1-2. Ruschi swings and goes down to a knee as Butts fooled him. That's the 4th K of the afternoon for Butts, and he answers the bottom of the third 1-2-3 inning with 1 here in the top of the 4th. 3.5 innings in the books. It's 4-4 between Taylor and Huntington on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Bottom of the fourth, Huntington tries to regain the lead. It's 6, 7, and 8 up with Jarrett Gray having the honor to get our bottom of the fourth underway. Rolls to the right side, it bounces foul. That's the 44th pitch thrown by Alec Holcomb today. Makes his first start of the season, and the first start in over a year after having Tommy John surgery at the beginning of last March. Gray, Young, and Mosier. That's a lefty, a righty, and a righty. Gray 0 for 1. He ended the bottom of the first. Pops up to the infield left side. Panarski shields his eyes from the sun. Rushi screams him away. The shortstop with his sunglasses on works back to his left or right. Makes the catch off the left side of the body for out number 1.
Now batting the first baseman, number 18, Owen Young.
So if Holcomb can get through this inning, it'd be his longest outing of the season. 1 out, nobody on for the first baseman, Owen Young. Stands right in the middle of the batter's box. So we'll see if Holcomb goes to the outside corner. Right on cue. Goes right there. Young fouls out a play to the right. Young struck out swinging his first time up today. .64", 210 grad transfer from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Bounces up the middle, right on through. David dives, just a little hair late as it bounced underneath his glove. A 1-out single for Young. He's got the go-ahead run on here for the Foresters in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 29, Max Mosier.
A good knock there from Young. Holcomb was a little too far away to make a play on it, and David had the charge in from second. Here's the DH, Max Mosier. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Young at first is 4 for 4 on stolen base tries today, but after watching the man at the plate, Mosier almost get picked off a couple of different times last inning. Has a safer lead and kind of leans back to his left or right towards first, and Vandermolen covers. Mosier, second one, low and away, good eye, 1-1. As he was ushered back into the box by our home plate umpire, Jaquez Smith. Smith did not like Mosier taking a little bit too much time, did not have to motion him in this time. Holcomb out of the stretch, the righty readies. Third one, Mosier swings and misses. Takes a couple steps into the opposite batter's box. It's 1-2. Mosier walked and scored on the 2-run home run by Lichty in the second. We're sitting in the bottom of the fourth, 4-4 ball game. The winner gets the championship game tomorrow. The loser plays tonight here at 7. Mosier chokes up as he rests that silver bat on his back shoulder. Almost got away from Holcomb. Good diving snag by the catcher Cowball, 2-2. It'll be Marion and Mount Vernon Nazarene in our second contest of the afternoon. One out, one on. Good eye from Mosier in the dirt. Good snag from Cowball, and the count is full to the DH Mosier. Walked on a 3-1 pitch in the second. Tries to get on here with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth in a 4-4 game. Each team with 4 hits on the afternoon. After Young singled 1 batter ago. The payoff from Holcomb, runner stays outside corner as Holcomb continued to miss low and away to the righty Mosier. He's got back-to-back walks. There are 2 on for the Foresters here with 1 retired at inning number 4.
Now batting the catcher, number 17, Jaden Deal.
Luke Carlson starts to play catch in the Taylor pen. That's the third walk allowed today by Holcomb. 2 on, 1 out for the catcher, Jaden Deal, out of the 9 spot. And right before the first pitch, we get to see the first mound visit of the day from fourth-year pitching coach Justin Barber. Second game today is about 3:30, 30 to 35 minutes after our game concludes here. It'll be top seed Mount Vernon Nazarene and Marion. And the winner of that game, it moves on. They get the loser of this game at 7 o'clock to wrap up this Tuesday day of action. And then championship day tomorrow, 3 o'clock, and the if necessary game is at 6. The selection show is Thursday. 2 Crossroads League teams already know that they're in. Mount Vernon Nazarene, the regular season champ, they get the auto bid there. And then Taylor is going to serve as an opening round site next week for the second time in program history, so they are in as well. The question is, will there be a third team from the Crossroads League joining the fun, like when Taylor hosted back in 2018 when 3 teams got in out of the Crossroads League? There's a quick start for Huntington. 2-run home runs in the bottom of the first and the second. Taylor had some base running miscues in the top of the second inning, only able to muster 1 run out of that. But then Bass belted a 3-run home run in the third to tie us in this game at 4. Two on, 1 out. Taylor has yet to turn a double play here in the tournament, but it would be a perfect time to dial one up right here. The righty Deal steps in out of Hobart, Indiana. 0 for 1 here on the afternoon. Holcomb's fastball misses low again, and that's been where he's been missing. Missed a lot that way against Mosier last time at the plate, and it's 1-0 here to Deal. Young, the lead runner at second after his 1-out single. Mosier followed him with a walk. Second one, roll over left side. Rushi at second, whips it to second base. They get the second man out there in Mosier. Fielder's choice has runners at the corners. But 2 outs here as the lineup turns over to the top in Lichty. Good play by the shortstop Rushi on the left side.
Coming on as a courtesy runner at first base for the Foresters is number 5, Ryan Hale.
And Ryan Hale runs at first. But before that happens, a pitching change upcoming here for the Trojans. Luke Carlson comes in as Alec Holcomb goes 3 2/3. But with the man that just belted a 2-run home run last time up, the Trojans want to go lefty against the switch-hitting Lichty. We're back with Luke Carlson next on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria, it's our taste.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
6'4" lefty Luke Carlson comes in here with 2 on and 2 out. Faces the top of the order in Daniel Lichty. Just went deep his last time up. He's 1 for 2 today. He's got Young at third, Deal at first after the fielder's choice. The starter, Alec Holcomb, 3 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Runner heads from first. Hit and run is on. A little flare into right field, and Huntington retakes the lead. Will they test Bass's arm? Nope. They learned their lesson yesterday after watching Bass, or it is Knepp in right field. They want to challenge Knepp's arm. A little slap single. Nice piece of hitting there from Lichty as he bats for a righty for the first time today. He's 2 for 3. And his third RBI puts Huntington back in front by 1, 5-4.
Now batting the center fielder, number 4, Ian McCutcheon.
So Lichty a good bounce back. He was 0 for 4 yesterday in the commanding win over St. Francis, but has driven in 3 of the 5 runs so far for Huntington out of the top spot. There's center fielder Ian McCutcheon. 5-4 the Huntington lead. Line drive right to Mason David at second as Carlson able to limit the damage to just 1. So 5 runs and 5 earned closes the book on the starter Holcomb. We're through 4. Huntington back in front by a tally, 5-4 on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Two, 3, and 4 up for Taylor here in the top of the 5th as they find themselves back down by 1, 5-4. It's the center fielder TJ Bass who tied the game at 4 his last time at the dish. Looking strike here from Butts with Caleb Colpin and Mason David to follow. Righty versus righty. Golf to the right center field gap. This will be hit number 2. The question is, how many bases will TJ Bass get? He rounds first as McCutcheon tiptoes on the warning track. Leadoff double Bass. He's 2 for 3 and continues to show why he's the front runner for Player of the Year in the Crossroads League.
Stepping into the box for the Trojans now as it does.
TJ was not good at the plate yesterday. Completely different here. Here's Caleb Colpin. Taylor down 5-4 here in the top of the 5th. Leadoff double as Bass at second. Here's Caleb Colpin looking for that first hit today. Right at the letters, off speed, taking the whole way is Colpin for a strike. Caleb has struck out and walked today. Curveball pulls to the right side. Can't get it all the way through. Ginder comes over and fields and tosses to Young at first. It moves Bass up 90 feet, and the tying run is at third with 1 gone here in inning 5.
Now batting for Taylor, the second baseman, number 15, Mason David.
Well, there's a big spot for the freshman Mason David. First at-bat of the Crossroads League Tournament for the freshman from Bloomington. Came in to run for Connor Crawford after getting hit in the face with a pitch. In the 3rd, he had to exit. The Trojans then had to shift their defense around as the pitching coach for Huntington, Brian Abbott, in his 17th season, makes his first trip to the all-turf mound here at beautiful Winter Holder Field. Here on a sun-splashed Tuesday afternoon. 71 and sunny. We're going to get into the lower 80s by the time we get done with our fun today. After sitting through 48 hours of rain that pushed the tournament back by a day, we have been blessed with epic weather the last 2 days. Saturday was good too. It was just a hair windy. So the entire infield comes in as well. The mound visit is over. And the batter is Mason David, 6-foot freshman out of Bloomington, Indiana. The second baseman, who as mentioned, came in off the bench after Crawford got hit by the pitch. .243 average for Mason. Had been the starting second baseman for the better part of the month after the month of the regular season after Cade Vandermolen had the leg injury. Infield plays in, low and away. Deal has to cover it as he slides to his right, ball one. The infield plays in, anticipating a bunt here from the freshman David. With Bass, the tying run 90 feet away. Another capacity crowd here at Winter-Holder Field. Every seat taken in front of us. Fastball, David takes, it's 1-1. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Trojans, 5 and 5 for Huntington. Third one to David from Butts. Curveball, cannot find the outside corner, 2-1. Leadoff double for Bass. Colping's ground out to the right side, moved him up the 90 feet to third. Knepp, the right fielder, waits on deck. Infield still plays in slightly. Fastball is upstairs, and now it's 3-1 for Mason David. One gone, the count square in David's hands. 3-1, outside corner, called for strike 2. David thought it was going to be ball 4. Now he's got to step in for the payoff from Butts. Butts with 4 Ks and 3 walks this afternoon. Comes in with a 4-4 overall record and an ERA of 9.38. But he's been really good today. 3-2, there's walk number 4. And it's first and third for the Trojans with 1 out, and Camden Knepp, the right fielder.
Now batting for the Trojans, the right fielder, number 14, Cam Knepp.
The lefty Knepp steps in for the 3rd time today. Infield plays back, a double play depth, with runners at first and third and 1 retired. Pickoff attempt to first, David back in plenty of time. Young keeps an eye on Bass over there at third. First one from Butts. Knepp leans in, takes it for a strike on the inside corner. The lefty walked and scored on Calbaw's double in the second. Struck out looking in the third on one that he was not happy about. Curveball paints the outside corner. Nicely done by Butts as he started that one up high and brought it right into the top of the letters. Taylor down 1 here in the top of the 5th. First and third. They're trying not to waste another leadoff double like they did with Ruschi in the first. And then time is called before anyone does anything. Our third base umpire, Timothy Walters, just signaled to reset the play clock like in football. We don't have that here. 0-2, almost hit Knepp in the knee. He backs out. It's 1-2. That was pitch number 90 for Butts here this afternoon. Makes his 12th start and his 12th appearance of the year. Trying to take it past the halfway point. The 1-2 to Knepp. Curveball. Good try to frame it there from Deal. Couldn't bring it back down. The count evens at 2. 5-4 deficit for Taylor here in the top of the 5th. 1 gone. Runners at first and third for the sophomore Camden Knepp. Butts is still as a statue. Gets the sign from Deal behind the plate. 2-2 comes home. Knepp watches it sail up and away. 3-2. With the big Jacob Morris waiting on deck. Activity has stopped with just 3 spectators in the Huntington bullpen. Butts has been good to battle back when he's gotten behind today. He's down 3-2 here. Payoff to Knepp. Hits it to the right side. Dropped by the second baseman Ginder. They get the force out at first, but Bass scores from third and we're tied at 5. Looked to be an easy double play, but David took off put the pressure on Ginder. He muffed it at second, could not turn two. The RBI ground out for Knepp has leveled our game at 5.
Now batting the left fielder, number 26, Jacob Morris.
And here's Morris as the Trojans look for their first lead of the afternoon. Morris ended the regular season hot, has been cold here in the league tournament. David with good speed at second base. The righty butts against the lefty bat of 26 in gray, Jacob Morris. First one, smacks it hard, but a late swing sends it screaming out of play to the left. Morris walked and has flown out to right field today. He was the first one of 2 base running miscues by Taylor in the second. First one fouled away, curveball, that's been Butts' money pitch today. Paints the outside corner just like he did to Knepp before. Morris, 0-2. Butts knocking on the door of 100 pitches thrown here today. Morris down 0-2. Curveball rips up the right field line. Is it going to stay fair? It does not. The Taylor faithful tried to push it back into fair ground. Morris did a good job to sit back on the off-speed pitch. Still 0-2 as David tried to wheel around from second and give Taylor their first lead of the day. Two strikes the count to Morris. It'll be the 4th pitch he faces from Butts. David, the go-ahead run at second base after the RBI ground out from Knepp. The 0-2 again. Morris fouls it off, and we stay that way at 0-2. Five runs and 5 hits aside. Taylor fell behind 2-0, 2-1, 4-1, and 5-4. Knepp has tied our game at 5. 2 strikes again to Morris. That curveball slips out of the hand of Butts. It's 1-2. And the pitching coach for Huntington, Brian Abbott, comes out for the second time today, but they're bringing an athletic trainer out from the end of the Huntington dugout to take a look, it looks like, at Butts. He's taken the glove off of his left hand, spins the ball in his right-handed throwing hand. That was quick, looks to be okay on the quick checkup.
One strike, Joey.
One ball, 2 strikes, the count. 5-5 game. David stands at second here in the top of the 5th. Morris has struggled at the plate here in the Crossroads League Tournament, trying to change that with one swing of the bat here. Almost did it on a foul ball up the right field line. The 1-2 from Butts. Curveball, and Morris pops it up to center field. McCutcheon backpedals in center, waits for it to come down, and makes the catch. But Knepp able to bring home a run on a fielder's choice. It's 5-5, halfway home. Here from Winter Holder Field, we're back at the bottom of the 5th next on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
First full inning of work here for Luke Carlson. Faces 3, 4, and 5. Ginder to start. This one sails, and it might have gone off the bat, and it did. As Langston Ginder bent down to avoid the slipping curveball from Carlson, went off the barrel of his bat as he held it behind his body. There is an unfortunate strike one for the Huntington second baseman. Swings and misses here, and he's quickly down 0-2. Blasted a 2-run home run to get Huntington on the board in the bottom of the first, but then had the muffed ground ball that could have been a double play to end the top of the fifth. His muff allowed the tying run to come home, and we're even at 5 here in the home half of the fifth. 0-2. Carlson misses with a slider, 1-2. It's a 1-for-2 day for Ginder. Grounded out his last time up on a little check swing that just stayed right in front of home plate. Cowball picked it up and then sent it down to Vandermolen at first. Carlson, the 6'4" lefty, out of the stretch. Ginder fouls one away in this lefty versus lefty showdown. Luke, the 6'4" senior out of Greenville, Illinois. His 13th appearance, all in relief. An ERA of an even 9 in 9 innings this season. 11 strikeouts and 15 walks. Up in the count, 1-2. Fly ball to center field. Here comes Bass. Underneath, and makes the catch above his head for 1 out. So Bass able to make the easy move, or make the move look easy from shifting over from right to center.
The cleanup man and short stack, number 12, Satchel Wilson.
It's a treat today. If you like defensive shortstops, this is the game for you. With 2 of the top shortstops in the Crossroads League. Ruschi for Taylor, and the batter here is Satchel Wilson. Foul tips that fastball into the glove of Cowball, 0-1. Protective brace around the bottom left hand of the righty bat of Wilson. He's flown out twice today, both to Bass when he was in right field. 1 out, nobody on, 5-5 game. Fastball tails away from Cowball. In the opposite batter's box into the backstop it goes, ball 1. Wilson second on the Foresters in batting average at .346 when the day began. 3rd in hits. He's reclassified like Cowball behind the plate and Bass in center. His 4th season at Huntington, but has reclassified with the COVID year of eligibility and is now a junior. 3rd one misses, it's 2-1. He's out of Anderson, Indiana, and LaPel High School. The 2-1 from Carlson. The lefty's fastball just misses the outside corners. Another one tails away. It's 3-1. You don't want Wilson to get on the bases. He is the best base stealer for the Foresters this season. The 3-1. Inside, and it's a 1-out walk. And every time that's happened today, it's led to multiple runs for Huntington. So Wilson able to find his way on for the first time today. And the batter is the right fielder, Matt Wolf. Time is called by Taylor head coach Kyle Gould. And a bunch of defensive shifts coming on here. Caleb Colpine has come out of the Taylor dugout. And it looks like Michael Panarski is going to come in and pitch, and he'll move over from 3rd. So we'll have all the defensive changes for you after this commercial break here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Defensive changes for the Trojans. Michael Penarski moves from third to pitch in place of Luke Carlson. Caleb Colpine comes out of the DH spot and plays right field. Cam DeNepp goes back to his starting spot at second base, and Mason David bumps over from second over to third. First batter that Penarski will face is the right fielder Matt Wolf. 5-5 game, bottom of the fifth, 1 out and 1 on. Carlson faced four, went 2/3 of an inning. Curveball from Penarski's up high, 1-0. Allowed the 1 hit, no runs. He is responsible for the man at first. He walked 1. That is Carlson's day has come to a close. Penarski's 14th appearance on the hill, his 7th in relief. Pickoff attempt to first. Trojans almost got another man. They almost got Mosier in the second. And they almost get Wilson here in the 5th. And Wilson, a guy to keep your eye on. 27 for 27 on stolen base tries this season. Penarski, the righty, out of the stretch. 6-2 righty. Wilson stays at first. Pop up to the right side of the infield. Knepp's got a beat on it. Looks into the sun with those sunglasses on. Makes the catch above his head for out number 2. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. 5-5 game between 2-seed Taylor and the 4-seed Huntington, who serves as the home team in bats.
Number 11, Jarrett Gray.
And the batter is the left fielder, Jarrett Gray. Gray out of Warren, Indiana. Stayed close to home. Huntington North High School graduate. .299 average for 11 in cream this afternoon. Penarski a .779 average ERA this season. 2-3 his overall record. Back over to first. Wilson dives in safe. A couple good quick moves here from the righty Penarski, firing over to first base. The lefty Gray is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Wilson dances, stays. A low one from Penarski, 1-0. Gray a ground out to Vandermolen and popped out to Ruscius 2 times at the plate today. Penarski back to first. Wilson almost stumbled as he quickly sped up back to the bag. Big spot here in the 5th. Taylor had tied it at 5. They try to keep the game level here after 5 frames. Runner goes. Cowball fumbles it on the transition, and Wilson is in there safe for the 28th time this season. Cowball had thrown out a runner yesterday against Indiana Wesleyan and got close on a couple other ones, but just slipped on the transition from mitt to hand. And the go-ahead run is at second base. It's 2-0 at the plate here for Gray. And the Trojans elect to intentionally walk Gray to bring the force out back into play at second with 2 outs.
After the intentional walk, first baseman number 18, Owen Young.
It'll be the first baseman, Owen Young. Bats out of the 7th spot today. He's 1 for 2. That new rule instituted a couple of years ago where you can just elect to intentionally walk someone without throwing the necessary pitches or even do it in the middle of an at-bat has helped things defensively here for college baseball teams. 2 on, 2 out in the 5th. 5-5 game. Penarski comes home, and Young takes a fastball inside, 1-0. Young struck out swinging in the 2nd, then singled up the middle and scored in the 4th. That put Huntington ahead 5-4. The game is now even at 5. Penarski out of the stretch. Young chases one low, 1-1. Penarski peers in, gets a sign from Cowball. Speedy Wilson leads the way at second base. Heads down to third here. Double steal was on. It's popped up foul, or simply right side. Colpine, fresh off the bench, sprints in from the warning track and makes the catch above his head as the Trojans avoid disaster on a beautiful hit-and-run try by Huntington. But Owen Young skies it up to right field, and it sends us to the 6th. Still level at 5 on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center. which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Ben Cowball leads it off for Taylor here in the top of the sixth. The starter, Joey Butts, starts him off with a nice 11-5 curveball. There's number 100 for Butts on the hill. Bottom third of the Taylor order up here. Backdoor curveball, nicely done by Ben Cowball to sit back on it and lash it into left field. Second hit of the day for Benny. He's 2 for 3. The courtesy runner will come in for the Taylor catcher. And the Trojans get the leadoff man on for the first time in some time. And Associate Head Coach Thad Frame comes out of the Huntington dugout, and that will be the end of the line for Joey Butts. Leadoff single has Drew Loy at first after Cowball knocked it on, and we'll introduce you to the new Huntington pitcher next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
So here's the pitcher, Michael Penarski. Go-ahead run is Drew Loy at first after Cowball singles start the inning off. A strike from the new man, lefty Max Meisner. Meisner replaces Butts, who went 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Walked 4, struck out 4 on 102 pitches. Penarski, the hero yesterday with the walk-off home run. Swings and misses at an off-speed pitch here. He's down 0-2. Meisner, the 6'3 lefty out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, graduate of Northside High School. Makes just his 8th appearance of the season, his 6th one in relief. 2 strikes the count. Fastball, and Penarski swings and misses. 3 pitches and 3 strikes. A good start here for Meisner out of the pen. And 1 gone for the Trojans here in the top of the 6th.
Stepping up to the plate for the Trojans now is the first baseman, number 5, Cade Vanderbilt.
During the season, Meisner appeared once against Taylor, went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 2 runs. He walked 2. So better start here. A strike right out of the pen with Loy, the speedster, at first. And a 5-5 game in the top of the 6th. Breaking ball drops right into the upper half of the zone, and Meisner's got everything working here. It's a called strike to Cade Vandermolen. 2-0 record for Meisner on the year, a 4.50 earned run average. Fastball, Vandermolen is a little bit underneath on that swing. Fouls it back. It's another 0-2 count quickly. 5 pitches from Meisner. All have been strikes. Taylor's done a good job of getting the leadoff man on today. They're 5 for 6 in that category, but are just 3 for 13 with runners on today. Vandermolen again pops up to the infield. Meisner gives way, and the third baseman Lichty comes in to make the catch. 2 gone for Taylor after the leadoff single. Top of the order up for Nick Ruschi.
Back up for the Trojans, the leadoff man and shortstop, number 3, Nick Ruschi.
So Loy still at first after Calbaugh was able to fight off a curveball and send it into left field. Ruschi 2 for 3 today. Taylor looks for their first 2-out hit here against Huntington. That one almost ends up on the right ear hole of Nick Ruschi. He pivots away and lands on his shoulder, thankfully, because that would have been the second Trojan to get hit in the face today by a Huntington pitch. It's 2-on for TJ Bass.
Now batting the center fielder, number 11, TJ Bass.
Bass is 2 for 3 today. 3-run homer tied us at 4 in the third. He comes up with 2 on here in the 6th with 2 outs. Meisner out of the stretch. Lefty versus righty, first one home. Low, ball 1. Bass struck out looking, has homered and doubled since. 2 on the pond here with 2 outs in the 6th. 5-5 game. Bass pops it a mile in the air. Wilson, the shortstop, right where he stands, leans back and makes the catch. And the Trojans leave 2 stranded. Bass 2 for 4 on the day. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Still even at 5 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Designated hitter, number 29, Max Moser.
First full inning of work here for Michael Panarski. Faces 8-9-1. As Huntington able to get out of a 2-on, 2-out jam in the top half of this inning. They got Bass to pop out to the infield. And they'll send Moser, Deal, and Lichty up. Moser goes after the first one and fouls it out of play to the right. Moser, the DH, batting out of the 8th spot here this afternoon, has drawn a couple of walks, scored on the Lichty home run in the 2nd. Was forced down on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Curveball, wonderfully thrown by Panarski, and it puts him ahead 0-2. Started that bad boy at Moser's shoulder, then just grounded it right into the upper half of the zone. Panarski quickly works the 3rd one to Moser. It's a swing and a miss, and that's about a 2-minute at-bat to start things off in the 6th. Panarski brings the heat and gets thus the 2nd strikeout from a Taylor pitcher today.
Number 17, Jaden Deal.
Here's number 9 batter, Jaden Deal. Curveball, bouncer left side. Nice snag by David at third. Across to Vandermolen, who picks off the turf. 2 up and 2 down. Top of the order up. Good job by David. It's the first time he's been at third base in some time. He's been the starting second baseman for the last month of the regular season after Vandermolen got hurt at Mount Vernon Nazarene. So good to see David able to play the hot corner well. Penarski has been Taylor's starting third baseman. He's the one handling the pitching duties right here. And now he squares off with Daniel Lichty. Back as a lefty today where he's 1 for 2. Inside strike, 0-1. The switch hitting third baseman is 2 for 3 today. Homered as a lefty in the second. Went opposite way for an RBI single last time up as a righty. Penarski misses low. It's 1-1. Lichty was the first man that the first reliever Luke Carlson faced when he came in to replace the starter Alec Holcomb. Penarski missing inside. Lefty bat of Lichty, 2-1. Lichty, the Canadian graduate student, batting .337. Fourth one, fouls it straight back, and the count evens at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Huntington, the home team here in this winner's bracket contest. Both they and Taylor 2-0 in the Crossroads League Tournament so far. The loser plays tonight at 7 to keep their tournament hopes going. The winner plays tomorrow in the first of what could be 2 championship games at 3 p.m. Deuces wild for the third baseman, Lichty. 2-2 from Penarski. We'll do it again on a half-swing foul ball by Lichty. .55, hits almost even as well. Taylor out front in that category, 6-5. And the pitch, 2-2 again. Lichty watches it sail up high, 3-2. Huntington 3 for 8 with 2 outs on the board today. Lichty homered with 2 outs in the second, trying to add another 2-out knock here. Payoff from Penarski. Fouled straight back, and we'll do the dance again. Fresh baseballs brought to our home plate umpire, Jaquez Smith. Penarski looks for his first 1-2-3 inning and his first full inning of work. The 3-2 again home. Another foul ball. This one skied out of play to the left into the Turner Stadium turf. This will be pitch number 9 in Penarski v. Lichty for the first time today. The pitch again to Lichty. Another foul ball. This one a little bit to the left, not as high as the last one. That's the 4th foul ball by Lichty with 2 strikes. No surprise to see one of the elder statesmen on the Huntington roster put together a good at-bat with 2 outs and try to keep the inning going. Sends it high in the air. A skyscraper that Bass tracks in center. Stunnins underneath, makes the catch. That's a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the 6th. Only 1 base runner's had gotten on against Penarski. That was an intentional walk. To the 7th we go. Still level at 5 between Taylor and Huntington. This is the Crossroads League Tournament on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan.
We head to the last 3 innings of scheduled play here from Winter Holder Field. Winner's bracket contest, Taylor v. Huntington. 3, 4, and 5 up for the Trojans. Colpeen, Crawford, or excuse me, Colpeen, David, and then Knepp. First full inning on the hill here for Max Meisner, the lefty. Starts off Caleb Colpeen with ball 1. Caleb 0 for 2 today as he bats for the 4th time. Lefty versus lefty, it's 2-0 on 1 short. Colpeen finished second in the Crossroads League for the regular season batting title behind Iowa's second baseman Denver Blinn. And even 400 for Colpeen. They're the only 2 players in the league at over 400 this season. Third one from Meisner. Big swing and a miss. Colpeen almost spins himself around. It's 2-1. Wind has died. It was blowing a little bit out towards right center for most of the day, and now it just lazily blows the American flag in right center, softly from right to left. The 2-1. Colpeen watches it bounce in short. It's 3-1. Taylor's been good today. 5 out of the 6 leadoff men have gotten on today. The only time that didn't happen was when Taylor was retired in order in the 4th. The 3-1. And there's ball 4, another leadoff walk. It's the first one allowed by Meisner. That's a good start here in the 7th with the game tied at 5.
Stepping into the box for the Trojans is the third baseman, number 15, Mason Davis.
Second walk drawn today by Caleb Colpeen. And now here's Mason David to bat for the 2nd time. Bats out of the 4th spot after Connor Crawford got hit in the face with a pitch. Back in the 2nd. David already shows bunt, crouches in, nicely placed first base side. Meisner, the lefty, turns, fires, softs it. It's going to be moved into right field. Missing the barehanded catch was Owen Young. Colpeen at 3rd. First error of the day, a big one for Huntington. First and 3rd, nobody out. Camden Knepp. The freshman Mason David making a big impact right here in his first Crossroads League tournament action. And now here's Camden Knepp. Nobody out in the 7th. Taylor tries to get their first lead of the ball game. Knepp takes the first one right down the middle for a strike like he normally does. So the sack bunt has David safe at first on the E1 throw from Meisner. This one way away, and Deal avoids disaster, sliding to his left and scooping it off the turf. Colpeen with good speed. Same thing for David at first. They've got their eyes keen to make sure to see if one gets by Deal. Knepp 0 for 2, walked and scored his first time up. 1-1, roll over right side. 1-2. With Morris and Cowball to follow here. The sophomore second baseman Camden Knepp, who started at 2nd, then played right field, and now is back at 2nd. 5-5 game, top of the 7th. The 1-2. Knepp fights it off, foul territory. Just catches the screen and lands on the Taylor on deck circle. It's one of those dangerous foul balls that just hangs in the air what it seems like forever behind home plate. And we've seen Deal's athleticism keeping balls in front of him this afternoon, so he was already spinning and ready to find that one in the sky. No clouds overhead, a beautiful afternoon in Upland, Indiana. 70 degrees and sunny. 1-2. Outside corner, checking the swing was Knepp. Good, nicely done. It's 2-2. Good breaker there from Meisner. But a smart play by the sophomore Camden Knepp. The go-ahead run is Caleb Colpeen at 3rd base. David back at 1st. The 2-2 from Meisner. A low fastball, and the count is full, 3-2 with Morris on deck and nobody out here in the top of the 7th in a game that sees a score sitting at 5-5. The winner moves on to the championship game tomorrow. The loser has to come back tonight at 7 and keep their tournament hopes alive. Payoff to Knepp. Off the end of the bat, foul ball. We'll do it again. Caleb Colpeen walked to start the inning, and then a bad throw by Meisner. On the sack bunt try from David has everybody safe at 1st and 3rd. Pitch to Knepp, roll over foul ball that clipped the catcher Deal and maybe our home plate umpire, Jaquez Smith.
Keep battling, Cam. Keep battling, Cam.
Knepp has been Taylor's best batter in the Crossroads League Tournament. Started 4 for 5 on Saturday. and was effective at getting on base yesterday against Indiana Wesleyan. 0 for 2 has reached on a walk and a fielder's choice. A hit here would give Taylor their first lead of the day. The lefty Meisner out of the stretch on the first base side of the rubber. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Payoff again. Knepp in the air to the gap in left center field. McCutcheon races. He's not going to get to it. Taylor takes the lead by 1, and they're going to take the lead by 2 as Mason David runs his heart out from first, and the best batter in the tournament for the Trojans comes up and makes it 7-5 Trojans. And this is going to be the end of the line for Max Meisner. Thad Frame out of the Huntington dugout. Nobody out in the 7th. The Trojans have a 2-run lead on the 2 RBI double from Camden Knepp.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broke.
Two RBI double for Camden Knepp has given Taylor their first lead today at 7-5. The new pitcher in is the right-hander number 38, Jonathan Baker for Huntington. And a fastball misses at the lefty's knees of Jacob Morris, 1-0. Camden Knepp has been Taylor's best batter of the tournament. Pays off again here with his first hit of the day. And here's a guy that's due in Jacob Morris, 0 for 2 on the day. Nobody out in the 7th. Morris, a mighty cut. They're trying to send that one to the student center beyond center field. Misses, it's 1-1. Baker, 6'4", freshman righty out of Milford, Ohio. Makes his 17th appearance this season, all out of the bullpen. Backdoor curveball. Morris up the left field line. It tails foul. As playing off the line was the left fielder Jarrett Gray. Good late swing from Morris. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dented all kinds of grace pitching in the regular season finale on this field, but it has had a slow start in the first 2 games of the league tournament. Walked in the second, but has flown out to right and center his last 2 times at the plate. Knepp at second, Taylor leading by 2 here in the top of the 7th frame with nobody out. 1-2 Morris, pop up to the infield. Everybody converges on it, then getting out of there, and then missing and landing it right in all 4 defensive players for Huntington, and Morris is safe. Baker, the pitcher, was there. Lichty called everybody off, and then everybody in cream and green stopped and looked at each other, and that skyscraping pop-up landed between all 4 Forster infielders.
Now batting for Taylor, the catcher, number 34, Ben Calbaugh.
Well, it's not the prettiest way to get your first single of the day, but Morris will take it. No doubt about that. And now here's Calbaugh, who's 2 for 3 today. Baker enters, allowing a .311 opponent batting average. Long, lanky stance for the 6'4" right-hander out of the stretch. Cowball shows a bunt, fights it off back up the middle. Baker fields, tries to get the lead man out at third, almost pulled Lichty off the bag. There's the first out of the inning, but it's still first and second for the Trojans. And time is called. Drew Loy enters. He runs for the catcher Cowball at first.
Drew Loy back on as a courtesy runner.
Good job by the freshman Baker after seeing one missed throw by the man ahead of him, Meisner. It's good to see, if you're Huntington, see the pitcher able to field his position here and avoid what would have brought home the 8th run of the day for Taylor in their 3rd of the inning. So here's the pitcher, Penarski, trying to help out his own cause. 1 out, 2 on. Curveball, started at the shoulder, dropped in for a strike. Penarski 0 for 3 this afternoon, batting out of the 8th spot. Low gets between the legs of Deal, and everybody moves up 90 feet as it just squirted through enough. Deal didn't know where it was. And now runners in scoring position, and a sac fly can add to the Taylor lead. Penarski's only hit yesterday was the most important one, the walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th. 2 runs home here in the 7th. Penarski foul tips, Deal able to hold on to this one at strike 2. Morris, the lead man at 3rd. Loy with great speed behind him at 2nd, who runs for Cowball, the Taylor catcher. 7-5 the Taylor lead after the Camden Knepp 2 RBI double. Huntington infield plays in. 1 gone, the count at 1-2 to Penarski. Pickoff attempt to 3rd, and they throw it there anyway. And that's a balk, and here comes run number 8. Baker didn't throw it initial as he stepped to 3rd. Move Morris home. He's at home. It's 8-5 Taylor on the balk from Baker. And that is balk number 14 for Huntington this season as a staff. So the bloop single comes back to hurt Huntington. They got Morris on the bases, and now he's scored, and it's a 3-run Taylor lead. 1-2 from Baker. Curveball misses away, 2-2 to Penarski. Kate Vandermolen is on deck. Another capacity crowd here at Winter Holder Field. And the Taylor faithful have come out in droves just like they did yesterday. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the pitcher Penarski. Fastball swings and misses on the inside for strike 3. Good pitch there from Baker. Second out of the inning for the Trojans, and here's Vandermolen out of the 9 spot. 0 for 4 day for Penarski with 2 Ks. Vandermolen got the Trojans' first 2-out hit yesterday. Can he do it again today? Sends that one straight into the air. The beautiful blonde locks of Jaden Deal exposed as he rips his catcher's helmet off. Vandermolen 0 for 2. But his 2-out, 2 RBI single brought the Trojans to within 2. Then Ruschi singled home the runs last inning, or yesterday, excuse me, to make it a 1-run game that set things up for Crawford's tying home run and then the walk-off from Penarski. A strike to Vandermolen. Fastball, Deal covers it and keeps it in front, 1-1. Vandermolen walked and scored on the Bass 3-run missile in the 3rd. He has flown out and popped out as though 2 times up. 201 the average. Made his return to the starting lineup yesterday after missing a month with a leg injury. 3rd one from Baker. Mighty hack from Vandermolen comes up empty, and it's 1-2. 3 runs home for Taylor here in the 7th. A 2 RBI double from Knepp and a balk has turned a 5-5 game into an 8-5 Taylor lead. And Drew Loy stands at 3rd with 2 outs. Defense plays straight up for Huntington behind Baker, the right-handed reliever. Curveball, good eye from Vandermolen for ball 1 upstairs. 2-2. Cade out of Iowa, 201 average, 3 homers on the year. Has driven in 28, would love to get number 29 here. With Lloyd just 90 feet away. 2-2. Vandermolen fights it off on the inside half, still 2-2. Taylor, the visiting team here on the home field. We're on the top of the 7th. Home plate umpire Jaquez Smith asked to have that ball thrown away. Maybe they'll give it up here as a souvenir for us in the press box. For our on-site producer, Kyle Yost. We'll see what we can do for Mr. Yost. Curveball fools Vandermolen badly. Big cut and a beautiful pitch from Baker ends the 7th, but 3 runs home for the Trojans. They take an 8-5 lead as it's time to stretch here in Upland, Indiana.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
We've all stretched out, we're loose, and we're ready for the bottom of the 7th. 2, 3, and 4 up for Huntington as they trail for the first time today. After Taylor scored 3 runs in the top half of the 7th, and they've taken an 8-5 lead. It's the center fielder Ian McCutcheon, Langston Ginder, and Satchel Wilson. Pinarski, fastball is away, 1-0 to the righty McCutcheon. Center fielder is 0 for 2 today, walked and scored in the first. Second one, another tailing fastball from Pinarski. Misses in the same spot as the first one. 2 balls, no strikes. McCutcheon, the best batter for Huntington this season. Off speed, freezes him for a called strike. 2-1. Pinarski, the third pitcher used by Taylor here this afternoon. Fourth one here to McCutcheon. Checks, called for a strike inside on the letters. 2-2. Good battle back here from Pinarski after falling behind 2-0 early. Pinarski rocks and comes home. 2-2. Backdoor curveball lands on McCutcheon's left bicep. But they're going to point him back here, saying that McCutcheon leaned into it. So that's strike 3, and he's out. The Huntington faithful don't like it. Here comes third base umpire Timothy Walters. Thad Frame, the third base coach, doesn't like it. Taylor head coach Kyle Gould comes out of the dugout. And now Jaquez Smith talks things over with Walters as Thad Frame is right in Smith's grill right now. They came in right on the elbow, but it looked like McCutcheon might have lifted that arm up as Frame is really working out the left ear of Jaquez Smith. As of now, McCutcheon staying near home plate. Timothy Walters, the third base umpire, brings McCutcheon over to talk with him as Frame continues to just chew out Jaquez Smith, the home plate umpire. Smith calmly stands there in his baby blue shirt with his hands on his hips. And the younger Frame is just incensed. Smith, the finely coiffed with that beautiful mustache. It's a strikeout here, 1 gone in the 7th. We had a high-intensity game here yesterday between Taylor and Indiana Wesleyan, and we've ramped up the intensity here with Huntington filling the first base dugout. So a strikeout for Penarski, his second. And here's Langston Ginder, the second baseman. 8-5 Huntington deficit here in the bottom of the seventh. Ginder, the lefty, skies one up the left field line. Morris has some room to work, loses his cap, has got it made as he catches it as he leans back over the left field chalk line. Someone tanning themselves on a picnic table had a good spot to watch Morris snag that one in the left field corner. 2 gone in inning number 7. I think we know who that is, so we will not identify and exonerate, or we don't want to embarrass the innocent person who's trying to gain some raise over there in the left field corner. Two up, 2 down. Here's the shortstop, Satchel Wilson. 3-run hole for Huntington. Backdoor curveball paints the inside, and Penarski's starting to feel it. It's an 0 for 2 day for Wilson. 2 flyouts to Bass when he was the right fielder. He walked and got stranded in the 5th. Fastball fouls it back as he's batting as a righty. And it's 0-2. Penarski went 1-2-3 in the 6th. He tries to do it here again in the 7th. Now pitching with a 3-run advantage at 8-5. Penarski readies. 2 outs, base is vacant. The 0-2 to Wilson. Curveball just missed the bottom part of the zone as Penarski ready to motor his way off the mound. Ball 1. McCutcheon struck out for lifting his arm, that one that hit him. 1-2. Wilson off the end of the bat, stays alive. Ginder flew out the left field, up the left field line. Morris covered a whole mess of ground to make the play in foul ground. Count is 1-2 to Wilson, the shortstop. Out of Anderson, Indiana, junior infielder reclassified in his 4th season at Huntington. 1-2 from Penarski. Pop up, foul ball, foul to the parking lot. The students lean in, hoping their car is not a victim of a foul ball crushing their windshield. Taylor running back Brendan Lamb says they hit a pole, not a car. That's good. 1-2 again to Wilson with 2 outs. Sits back and he sends another one to the lot. This time Brendan Lamb has to cover his head. Thought that one might land in his lap. Packed house here at Winter Holder Field for the host and the 2-seed Trojans. Visiting team on the board, they lead 8-5. 1-2 again to Wilson from Penarski. Got him looking at the knees. Penarski motors his way off the mound as Wilson perplexed and confused. Second straight 1-2-3 inning for Penarski. It's 8-5 Trojans after 7.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Top of the 8th and the top of the order up for the visiting team on the board, the Taylor Trojans, the 2-seed. They've come back from multiple deficits today, and they lead 8-5. It's the first full inning on the hill for Jonathan Baker. The right-handed reliever fires one away from Ruschi. Top of the order, Ruschi, Bass, Caleb Colpine. So they look to extend their 3-run lead. Ruschi takes a strike at the knees to make it 1-1. 2 for 3 day for Ruschi. Doubled and singled to start. Struck out in the 4th and then got hit by a pitch in the 6th. Pulls one to the right side. Ginder at second base. Glove on the turf. Vacuums it up and sends her to first for the first out here in the 8th. 8-5, the Taylor lead. And the batter here, TJ Bass, has been squarely involved in almost every run-producing play for the Trojans today. Someone from Taylor yells for Huntington to get back. Well, Bass put one on the track earlier to tie our game at 4 in the 3rd. He doubled and scored in the 5th. First one from Baker. Hits the knees on the corner for a called strike. It's a 2 for 4 day here for Bass. A strikeout and a pop out have bracketed the homer and the double. Breaking ball well away as the cap sails off the head of Baker. Ball and a strike. 21 home runs for TJ this season. 89 runs batted in 55 games played. Third one from the righty Baker. Fastball that's fought off to the left side. Charging is Wilson at short. Throws on the run a lollipop that Young reaches out and snags. Bass retired for the 3rd time today. 2 for 5 is 11 and Gray, and there are 2 outs for Taylor in the 8th. Wilson shows off why he's been one of the best shortstops since he and Ruschi got to their respective campuses on the same time.
Right fielder, number 17, Caleb Cole.
So Taylor tries to do something they haven't done all day, and that's get a 2-out hit. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 8th. Taylor ahead by 3. And the batter is the right fielder, Caleb Colpine. Huntington's 3 for 10 with 2 outs on the board today. Inside pitch, the lefty Colpine takes for a strike, as the forest green cap continues to not stay on Baker's head with every pitch. 6'4" righty makes his 17th appearance of the season, all out of the bullpen. Curveball, backs Colpine away. It's 1-1 on the ball. 0 for 2 day for Colpine. 2 walks. He scored in the 7th. On the go-ahead 2 RBI double from Camden Knepp. He has also struck out and grounded out today. Inside almost ends up on his elbow. And that cap again falls off of Baker's noggin. 2-1. Eight runs on 8 hits for the Trojans. 5 runs, 5 hits for the Foresters. Top of the 8th, 2 outs, nobody on. Colpine watches it miss low. It's 3-1. Tries to get his 3rd walk of the day. Colpine, one of the front runners for newcomer of the year in the Crossroads League after batting .400, having 80 hits. There's the 3rd walk he's drawn today. Hopes to start a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the top of the 8th.
Now batting for Taylor, the 3rd baseman, number 15, Mason David.
Here's Mason David, who's played really well today since coming in for Taylor in the top of the 3rd. Replaced Crawford, who got hit by a pitch, had to leave the ball game. Stayed in, has played second base. It was David's walk in the 5th, but more importantly, his sac bunt led to the bad throw by Meisner that put runners at 1st and 3rd last inning, and then Knepp drove him in to give Taylor a 2-run lead that eventually became a 3-run lead after the balk. They check on Colpine at first. David the righty against Baker. First one is at the letters for a strike 1. There's the balk by Baker that scored Morris from 3rd to make it this current 8-5 score. Backdoor pitch lands away as it bounces off the back or off the net or something. And either way, Colpine's in there with the wild pitch at second base. We've seen one foul ball today against Huntington, against their second baseman Ginder, where he ducked, but the ball hit the barrel of the bat as it curled behind him. So a runner in scoring position. Colpine stretches out that right hamstring before he takes his lead. A ball and a strike to Mason David with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Taylor looking to build on that 3-run advantage. Fastball in the turf. Good cover by Deal to keep Colpine at second. The count moves to 2-1. Camden Knepp is on deck for Taylor. Long stretch for Baker. Now he comes a little bit tighter set. Fastball to David grooves towards center field. McCutcheon's not going to get to it. Taylor's going to lead 9-5. Colpine comes in. David now sets his sights on second. He hits the brakes as McCutcheon launches it from the track. Mason David off the bench and into the history books as the Trojans lead 9-5. Four-run Taylor lead. And there's your first hit with 2 outs. And now it's the Trojans' best batter in the postseason so far. 14 in gray, Camden Knepp. 9-5 home or visiting team on the team that calls this place home. Curveball, nicely thrown to dot and paint the outside corner. Strike to Baker. These breaking balls today from Baker, Meisner, and Butts to start have been stellar for the Huntington pitchers. Second one. Fastball, Knepp golfs it. She's going to go foul. 2 strikes to Knepp. The 2 RBI double, the biggest hit of the day so far. That came last inning. He's also walked and scored, struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. Was 4 for 5 in the first game of the tournament. Drew a mess of walks yesterday against Indiana Wesleyan. Down in the count, 0-2 here in the top of the 8th. Watches one sail away, 1-2 for the lefty Knepp. Last game out of the winner's bracket here. The winner gets the championship game tomorrow and a win away from a Crossroads League tournament title. The loser plays their tournament live tonight at 7. A ball and 2 strikes to Knepp. Baker takes his time. Knepp patiently fouls it back. Huntington, the 4 seed, 26-21 on the year. They need the tournament title to make it to the opening round. The Trojans are already in via a host, but they want to go into that postseason with some hardware. Runner at second is David after the RBI double. Curveball right back to center field. McCutcheon lets it drop in front of him. David gets the wave around from second. McCutcheon it throws in. Pulls Deal up the line. Safe at home. Deal in at second. Overslid the bag and holding on is Knepp. He holds on for dear life. Another RBI double for Knepp. He's driven in 3 runs today, and it's 10-5 Trojans. Thad Frame out of the Huntington dugout, and a new pitcher coming in for the Foresters. 10-5 Trojans in the 8th with 2 outs.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
The first 2 men were retired in this inning. 2-out walk drawn by Colpine. David with an RBI double, and Knepp with an RBI double, and the Trojans to push the lead to 5. Morris smacks it right back up the middle. Wilson hauls it in on the line drive. First pitch from the reliever, Isaac Horton, is a smoked out number 3. But the Trojans lead 10-5 as we head to the bottom of the 8th here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Back over to right field.
2 defensive subs for the Trojans. Drew Loy off the bench and into center field. Bass back to a starting spot at right field for the Trojans. So Caleb Colpine exits. 5, 6, and 7 coming up for Huntington here in the bottom of the 8th. They now find themselves down by 5, 10-5. After 2 more runs scored by Taylor in the 8th. Wolf a big cut and a swing and a miss, and Panarski off and running here in the bottom of the 8th. He has faced 9 men. He's retired all but 1, and that was an intentional walk. His first inning of work, Wolf a little slap at it, clips the end of the bat, and it goes foul. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings from the right-hander Panarski. Was the highlight man yesterday with the bat, trying to do it today with the right arm. 0-2 to Wolf. Upstairs, good eye from the big fella, it's ball 1. Wolf is 1 for 3 today, I should say. Had a double in the first, then has grounded out and popped out since. Huntington down 10-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Fastball just misses, and a breaking ball misses that outside corners. Panarski had Wolf bending and looking it all the way into the mid of cow ball. 2-2. Righty versus righty here to start things in the 8th. Fastball, Wolf fouls it back, just catches a screen at the very top. Still 2-2. Mount Vernon Nazarene and Marion going through their paces right now, getting ready for our second game of the day. That is the first elimination game of the afternoon. The loser's tournament run comes to a close. The winner gets the loser of this game at 7 tonight under the lights. 2-2 Wolf, another skyscraper. This one will send and make its way towards the parking lot. Folks duck for cover. Oh, look out, Mount Vernon Nazarene team sitting underneath a tree. A couple of those guys started ducking for cover, and it's a good thing that they did. Here's pitch number 7 in Panarski versus Wolf. Wolf was the first man that Panarski faced coming in from third base. He got him to pop out to Knepp at second. Breaking ball just cannot find the outside corner. The count is full 3-2. Huntington 0 for 7 and leadoff men getting on today. The payoff from Panarski. In the air right field line. Looks to be staying in. Bass races after it. He is right there, but runs out of room as it lands in the Huntington pen at the last possible moment. Carter Stump brings out some fresh baseballs to our home plate umpire, Jaquez Smith. Same thing from pitching coach Brian Abbott of Huntington.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Taylor in the gray uniforms, the purple numbers and the purple letters and the purple caps. Huntington in the cream jerseys and pants. Foresters and script across the front, the letters and the numbers in green. Wolf leads off the 8th. 3-2 again from Panarski. Fouls it back to the screen, and we'll do it again. 4th foul ball by Wolf with 2 strikes. These two teams split the regular season series 2-2. Taylor won the first and last games. Huntington won the middle two, all held here at Winterholder Field. 3-2 again from Panarski. Wolf watches it, and it's a leadoff walk. First leadoff man to reach base safely today here for Huntington comes in inning 8 as they trail by 5.
Now batting the left fielder, number 11, Garrett Gray.
And the second man allowed here by Michael Panarski, the right-hander. 10-5 Taylor lead. 10 hits for the Trojans, 5 hits for Huntington as they bat here in the 8th. That was the 6th walk allowed by a Taylor pitcher today, and the first one from Panarski. The batter is the lefty Jarrett Gray. Inside, Cowball keeps it in front, ball number 1. Before the walk here to Wolf, Gray was the only man to reach base safely against Panarski, taking an intentional walk with the count at 2-0 back in the 5th. He was the second man that Panarski faced. Second one, runner stays at first. Rip right side, right to Vandermolen, who catches it. Calm, looks, steps on the bag for a double play. Look at the style and grace from Cade Vandermolen. First double play spun by the Trojans today and in the tournament.
Now batting the first baseman, number 18, Owen Young.
And now here's Owen Young, the first baseman. Young 1 for 3, the big first baseman. Waggles that bat behind his head, rips it up the middle. Ruschi unable to get to it. 2-out knock here for Huntington. Their 4th hit with 2 outs today, and the bottom of the 8th continues for the Forsters. That's the first hit that Panarski has allowed today. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Huntington trying to cut into this 5-run hole. Taylor has scored 6 unanswered after trailing 5-4 after the 4th. They got 1 in the 5th on the fielder's choice by Knepp. Knepp has actually driven in 4. This 10 runs today for Taylor. 2 outs here on the board. Curveball, strike 1 to Mosier. 2 walks and a strikeout for the DH. With his lime green batting gloves, waggling his bat behind his forest green batting helmet. Panarski is still as a statue. Curveball. Cowball trying to bring it into the zone just a hair high. You can hear the oohs and ahs from the Taylor faithful.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
1-1 to Mosier. Walked and scored in the 2nd. Graduate student out of nearby Portland, Indiana, and Jay County High School. Rests that bat on his back right shoulder. Fastball at the knees, called for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Taylor fans sitting on the edge of their seats ready to explode if Panarski can get strike 3 here and keep Taylor's lead at 5. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 1 on, winner's bracket title game.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
The 1-2. Popped it up to the parking lot, still 1-2. Mosier taking his time before stepping back into the box. Has those cream pants hiked up to his knees. Chokes up. This will be the 5th pitch dealt by Panarski. The count sits at a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody holds Young on at first with 2 outs. Panarski, the righty out of the stretch, set at the belt. Takes a deep breath. Rocks home, runner goes. Curveball ripped up the left field line. Foul. Huntington down 5. They've seen Taylor score 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 7th, and 2 here in the 8th. To go from down 5-4 to up 10-5. The Foresters trying to battle back here. Home team here in the bottom of the 8th. Neither team has lost a game yet in the Crossroads League Tournament. 1-2 again to Mosier. Runner goes. Foul tipped back, and we'll do that one again. Mosier pleading that it went off his bat. You could hear it from that crowd microphone we got behind the backstop.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
It was a good pitch as Mosier, his momentum almost carried him all the way out of the batter's box and into the Huntington dugout. The runner at first is Young after a 2-out single. After the Trojans erased a leadoff walk with a line out to Vandermolen and a double play as he doubled up the runner at first. Another 1-2 to Mosier, and we'll do it again as this one golfed to the screen. This will be pitch number 8 here to Mosier, and his 4th at-bat of the day. The DH has walked twice and struck out swinging. He's only faced Penarski once, and that was the K back to lead off the 6th. Penarski peers in, not worried about Young at first with 2 gone. All worried about Mosier. 1-2, high fly ball to the outfield. Morris in from left, he's in the gap. He's got the catch, and Huntington leaves the runner stranded. We're through 8 from Winter Holder Field. The 2-seed Taylor leads Huntington 10-5 on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits.
Top of the 9th, Taylor has scored 6 unanswered runs, and Michael Penarski has been rock solid on the hill for the Trojans. Isaac Horton starts it off through 1 pitch to end the top of the 8th. His first one here, the 9th, is lined into center field. Ian McCutcheon dives, it pops out of his glove. Leadoff single for Cowball to start the 9th. And who will the courtesy runner be for the Trojans? Because Loy is playing center field right now. It'll be Josh Godfrey for TU. 3rd hit of the day for Cowball. 3 for 5 is the Taylor catcher.
Coming on to run at first base as a courtesy runner is number 23, Josh Godfrey. The pitcher, number 27, Michael Penarski, back into the box.
All right, the Josh Godfrey fan club got the notice to come here today. That's good. Here's the pitcher, Penarski, who's been nothing short of stellar in the last almost 24 hours. He's been great on the hill today for TU. Has kept Taylor ahead by 5. He shows bunt, lays it down beautifully third base side. Pitcher fields, whips it to first. 6'4" Young there to haul it on the toss from Horton. Moves Godfrey up to second as Penarski does his job. Had the walk-off homer yesterday, the first walk-off of his baseball career. Has been stellar on the hill here for the Trojans, trying to put Taylor into the championship game tomorrow at 3.
That was the first baseman, number 5, Cade Vandermolen.
And here's Vandermolen, whose leg injury looks to be well in the past as he snagged a missile over at first for the first 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Curveball from Horton is low. Horton, the 5'11" sophomore from Norman, Indiana, and Brownstown Central. 3-3 overall record. He makes his 22nd appearance of the year. And they've all been in relief for 30 and Cream. Fastball, good snag by Deal, keeps it in front, then loses it. Now dancing off the bag as Godfrey. The throw down there was off target. It pulled Ginder towards third as Godfrey got a little loose there at second base. The Trojans had the 2 base running miscues back in the second that kind of snuffed out some early momentum as they trailed 2-0, eventually trailed 2-1. But had a chance for more, just couldn't get it. 2-0 to Vandermolen as he bats out of the 9th spot. Swing and a miss, set an off-speed pitch low, 2-1. Vandermolen 0 for 3, walked and scored on the Bass homer in the 3rd. Checks his swing at 1 on the outside corner. Good take from Vandermolen. It puts him ahead 3-1. With Godfrey running for Cowball at second base as Taylor looks to add to their 5-run lead here in the 9th. Vandermolen trying to find the right center field gap. McCutcheon races after it. He's not going to get to it. It lands at the bottom of the fence, wedges itself in there. Godfrey coasts in from second, and Vandermolen with an RBI double, the 3rd RBI double in the last handful of innings for the Trojans. It's all those wearing gray. It's 11-5. "11 runs, 12 hits, and another pitching change here for Huntington. Looks to be Bryce Deckman, number 1.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Top of the order up for the Trojans. They face the 5th different pitcher today for Huntington. It's the 5'8 lefty Bryce Deckman out of Plymouth, Indiana. He faces Ruschi as Norby Fernandez runs for Vandermolen at second after his RBI double. It's 11-5 Taylor as Ruschi skies one to the gap in right center field. McCutcheon's got a beat on it. Deep in center, makes the catch in front of the track. Fernandez tags and advances to third. And the Trojans have a runner 90 feet away for TJ Bass. 2 gone in the 9th as the Trojans have scored 7 unanswered runs since the 4th inning came to a close.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, TJ Bass.
And here's Bass, who's 2 for 5 today. And the big blast back in the 3rd to tie the game at 4 when the game could have gotten out of reach. With everything going Huntington's way with 2 homers with the 2-run variety in the 1st and 2nd inning. Fastball up high here from Deckman. Bass has also doubled and scored in the 5th. That was on the Nepp fielder's choice. What could have been a double play to get Huntington out of that 5th frame. But it tied the game at 5, and then Taylor put 3 up in the 8th, 3 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, 1 here in the 9th. 2-0 as Bass still is a statue on a winner's day. It's 2-0 on a curveball high. Taylor trying to get to the tournament championship game for the first time in some time. An intentional walk puts Bass over at first. And here comes Drew Loy.
Let's go, Drew.
Taylor fans aren't happy about that. They want to see Bass try to hit another one to the moon.
Fielder, number 25.
But here comes the center fielder, Drew Loy. First at bat for Loy. Tries to get his first hit of his freshman season as he plays in his 48th game. Deckman out of the stretch, 2 outs on the board. Curveball up and away. Drew's a 6'2 freshman, playing center field right now at Lafayette, Indiana, McCutcheon High School. Has been the main courtesy runner this year for the catchers Calbaugh and Bass. He has scored 27 runs. He is 0 for 14 this year. Fastball, or makes it a curveball, excuse me, takes that one in, and now he's up 2-0. Mount Vernon Nazarene and Marion going through their pregame stretching routines here, waiting for their time on the field to figure out who will play the loser of this game coming up tonight at 7 p.m. 2-0 to Loy. Now 2-1 as he takes on the outside corner. Mason David, who's been stellar today, waits on deck. RBI double for Vandermolen. Taylor has scored 11 runs on 12 hits today, including 6 of the extra base variety. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, and now it's 2-2 to Loy. First and third, Fernandez the man at third. Bass back at first. They throw over to Bass. Steps on the bag, Young with the snag. Lloyd bats for Caleb Colpine. Out of the 3 spot here in the Taylor order. 11-5 Trojans as they've scored 7 unanswered to turn a 1-run deficit into a 6-run lead. Curveball, Lloyd watches inside looking for strike 3. And Huntington knows how many they need. They need 6 in the bottom of the 9th. Looking strikeout there, nicely thrown by Bryce Deckman, his 10th K of the season. We to the bottom of the 9th we go. Huntington down by 6. 3 outs on the board of the Trojans for the championship game tomorrow.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Inning is number 33, Nick Davitt.
9-1-2 coming up here for Huntington at the bottom of the 9th as they trail by 6 against Michael Pinarski. It's an 11-5 Taylor lead. It was a 5-4 Huntington advantage after the 4th. Taylor has scored 7 unanswered. And they're 3 outs away the Trojans are from a date in the championship game tomorrow at 3. Nick Davitt pinch hits, and he will lead off the bottom of the 9th. Pinch hitting for the catcher, Jaden Deal. Davitt, the 6'3 junior out of Fort Wayne. And Pinarski starts him off with a strike. Davitt, a .240 average, plays in his 43rd game here of 2022. Second one, and now it's 0-2 as Pinarski goes to the off speed. He has been nothing short of stellar since entering the game in the 5th. Up in the count, 0-2. Inside, good eye from Davitt, ball 1 for the lefty. 6'3", former high school teammates of the Colpine brothers, Caleb and Cade, at Homestead High School in Fort Wayne. 1-2. Davitt scoots back as he crowds the inside part of the plate, and the lefties work the count even at 2-2. Davitt in the top of the order, and Lichty and McCutcheon for Huntington at the bottom of the 9th. Inside, just missing its mark, and Penarski has thrown 3 straight pitches out of the zone after going up 0-2. $11-5 deficit for Huntington, trying to avoid having to play the losers bracket game tonight at 7. They started off hot, but their offense has fizzled since the 5th. Davitt stays alive with a foul ball off of home plate, still 3-2. It was a 2-run homer for Ginder in the second, a 2-run bomb by Lichty in the make it Ginder in the first, Lichty in the second. It was 4-1 Huntington after 2 frames of play. Bass tied it in the third, but then in the fourth, it was the RBI single from Lichty to put him up 5-4 since then. Huntington has not put a man past second base. The pinch hitter, Davitt, fouls it back. It stays at 3-2.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Win it, Mike.
3-2 upstairs, and that's a leadoff walk for the pinch hitter, Davitt. Walks have been an issue for the Taylor pitchers today. We'll see if they put Deal back in to run. Does not look like it. Here's the top of the order up, and Daniel Lichty. Switch hitter bats as a lefty for the 4th time today out of his 5 plate appearances. So a good start for Huntington here in the bottom of the 9th as they trail 11-5, looking for their first run. This is that go-ahead 5th run in inning number 4. Time is called by the Taylor catcher, Ben Calbaugh. He'll make the slow walk out to have a chat with Penarski. Jack Ross is warming up in the Taylor bullpen just in case Penarski runs into some trouble here in the bottom of the 9th. Remember, 2 more games left to go today. Huntington, if the score holds, the loser of this game will play tonight at 7 p.m. against the winner of our second game. That is top seed Mount Vernon Nazarene and the 6th seed Marion. MVNU dropped their first game. It's 8th seed St. Francis. So they've had to play out of the losers bracket. Had a good win last night here at Winter Holder Field after coming over from the Iowa campus. Lichty 2 for 4 today. He's 1 for 3 as a lefty. That one hit was a 2-run homer we talked about in the 4th to make it a 4-1 Huntington lead. Fastball to the outside corner. Penarski, the righty, gets a called strike. It is an 11-5 deficit for Huntington here in the bottom of the 9th as they're trying to avoid dropping their first game of the Crossroads League Tournament. Penarski out of the stretch, takes a deep breath. The righty comes home. Good cover on one low by Calbaugh to even it up 1-1. Keeps Davitt, the pinch hitter, over there at first base after his leadoff walk. Penarski rests his glove on his left shoulder. Now comes set at the stomach as he looks over at first. 3rd one to Lichty. Off speed of the letters, strike number 2. Good pitch there from Penarski. These two teams split the regular season series, and it's been another heavyweight fight until Taylor's hit the accelerator here in the last 3 innings to build their lead up to 6. 1-2 to Lichty. Runner stays at first. Roll over right side. It bounces foul. Calbaugh gives the ball to our home plate umpire, Jacques Smith, for inspection. It passes his heavy grading rubric, and it gets to stay as a game ball for now. 1-2 to Lichty. This will be the 5th pitch that he's faced after fouling off the most recent one. Davitt with the lead at first, following his pitch hit leadoff walk to start this bottom of the 9th inning. Runner stays, smacked into center field. Coming in is Loy. He makes the catch for out number 1. It was great coming off the bat, but it curled back into the path of the center fielder, Loy. 1 gone to the 9th for Huntington, down 6.
Now batting for the Foresters, the center fielder, number 4, Ian McCutcheon.
And here's the center fielder counterpart to Loy, Ian McCutcheon.
Come on, kid, make him remember you now, baby!
two-hole hitter started off with a walk in the first, but has been retired the last 3 times he's been to the plate. Middle infield was a double play depth for the righty McCutcheon. Launched McCutcheon up the left field line. Does it going to stay fair? It tails left. And that's a 2-out bomb home run by Ian McCutcheon as he hooks it around the left field foul pole. First hit of the day for McCutcheon brings Huntington to within 4 with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 9th, they now trail 11-7, their first run since the bottom of the 4th. Everyone for both sides held their respective breaths as the home run leader for Huntington belts his team best 14th one of the season, as the Enforcers try to mount a comeback here in the bottom of the 9th. First runs that Penarski has allowed today, and that's just the 2nd hit he's given up. 3rd homer for the Foresters. Strike on the outside corner of the lefty Ginder, off speed. 11-7 the deficit now for Huntington, with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Ginder, the lefty second baseman, rips it to right field. Going back is Bass, stops at the track, he looks up, and it's back-to-back home runs as Ginder belts his 2nd one of the day, and just like that, Huntington down by 3, 11-8 with 1 gone in the 9th. Penarski had been stellar up until this point, but he's run into a buzzsaw of McCutcheon and now Ginder. He's driven in 3 runs today, all via the home run. Time is called as here comes Taylor head coach Kyle Gould, and Jack Ross has been summoned from the bullpen. Taylor came into this inning leading by 6. They now lead by 3 after back-to-back home runs. Here comes Jack Ross. Taylor with 1 out in the 9th.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
So now things are getting a little bit tight here in the bottom of the 9th. A leadoff walk to the pinch hitter Davitt. Lichty flew out, but then back-to-back home runs. McCutcheon with a 2-run shot that was bombed over the left field fence. And then Ginder with a solo blast to fall over the right field fence has drawn Huntington to within 3 at 11-8 with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Jack Ross gets a strike to the shortstop Satchel Wilson. Penarski moves back to 3rd. David bumps over to 2nd. Knepp will be the DH as Ross fires one in the upper part of the zone, looking strike 2. Ross makes his team-leading 21st appearance of the season. Wilson 0 for 3 today with a strikeout and 2 flyouts. Down in the count, 0-2. Upstairs, good eye from Wilson. It's 1-2. Penarski 73 pitches, four innings total, 3 hits, 3 runs allowed, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Wind blows out towards left field. Ross a deep breath, the 1-2. Misses on the outside corner, 2-2 as Wilson battles here, batting out of the 4 spot today for the Foresters. Taylor had scored 7 unanswered from the 5th to the top of the 9th, but Huntington's gotten 3 here on back-to-back homers in the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 to the shortstop, Wilson. Ross comes home. Lifts it up the air, right field line, foul territory. Five extra base hits out of the 8 today for Huntington. 3 have been homers. 2-2 with 1 out and nobody on. Ross, outside corner, just misses. You can hear the groans from the Taylor fans. The count is full, 3-2. Wolf, the right fielder, waits on deck. Ross, the righty, out of the stretch. 6-foot sophomore, payoff. Roll over right side to Russia, the shortstop. Fields, fires. There's out number 2. So the last hope for Huntington here in the bottom of the 9th to avoid the loser's bracket elimination game this evening is the right fielder, Matt Wolf.
Now batting the right fielder, number 24, Matt Wolf.
Wolf, the right fielder, the former Navy midshipman. Huntington today is 4 for 12 with 2 outs. Wolf swings and misses at a breaking ball, strike 1. A double and a walk have bracketed a ground out and a pop out today by Wolf, the Fishers, Indiana native, who returns to his home state after being in Annapolis, Maryland, and Lexington, Kentucky for his first 3 seasons of baseball. Outside corner, Ross gets him looking, and Huntington's down to their last strike. Beautiful off-speed breaking ball from Ross. 2 outs, nobody on. 2 strikes, Huntington down by 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Ross readies, Wolf readies, Winterholder field readies. 0-2, in the air to Loy in center. Tracks it in the gap. He's underneath, makes the catch. Ross, pumped, gets the save. The Trojans win 11-8 and are on to the championship game tomorrow at 3. We'll take a break and come back with the Ivanhoe's post-game show next on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH, from our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Well, it's another fun Ivanhoe's postgame show. Before we go, have you downloaded the Ivanhoe's app yet? I know you were busy last night. We were here for a while. Have you downloaded the app yet, Coach Gould?
I'm technologically challenged.
So we'll help you with that since we have some time off before tomorrow.
It's hot today. It sounds great.
Love a nice Trojan 2-shake. That's my favorite. Little mint chocolate chip ice cream.
If you're out driving around Upland, swing into Ivanhoe's.
And then tell them that we sent you, and they'll say thanks.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no discounts coming from the two of us, but big win today. Obviously, it's so heated between you guys and Huntington. You guys score 7 unanswered runs and then hold on there after the back-to-back home runs in the ninth. Overall, what do you think of your team's performance today?
Well, I think it's heated in a really healthy way. I don't mean that you meant it that way, but they have a lot of really good players. The front of that lineup is just unbelievable, and you don't ever feel like a lead is safe, and that offense is just so explosive, and so nothing but respect for those hitters. They just don't swing and miss very often, which is a pretty basic thing to say. But they hit for a lot of power, and really good team, well coached, and nothing but respect for those guys. But we threw a lot of guys the first 2 games and had a tense game yesterday. I thought the first couple innings we let some things get away. We had a couple base running mistakes, which I think let their pitcher throw an extra inning, to be honest, cut his pitches down, and guy on third with nobody out and didn't get him in. I just thought offensively we were pretty choppy. And then TJ's 3-run home run just brought us to even, and then you felt like, okay, now we're playing. I'd like us to be a little sharper to start. But I thought that was good. But we knew we would need some different arms, and I thought Holcomb, first start since Tommy John, and I thought he was great. Give up 2-run homers, but he just kept it, and that's what we told him. Like, you're not going to go 7-8 innings, just keep us in the ball game. And then Carlson did a nice job, got a huge out for us, a couple huge outs, and then Michael was great. Kind of ran out of gas, and we just wanted to give him a chance to finish. And then can't say enough about Jack Ross. Just came in and brought calm to the storm, right?
Yeah.
So, a great job.
Let's talk about Holcomb a little bit more. He was slated to be your guys' number 4 starter before he had the elbow issues a year ago, has Tommy John. He's now gone back-to-back 3+ inning outings, both against Grayson out here against Huntington. He's starting to show signs, I think, of what you guys saw when he came in here as a freshman, and it's obviously good because you have the Tommy John whisperer and Justin Barber as your pitching coach.
Well, I'm not going to say anything nice about Barber.
Yeah, why start now?
Here's what I'll say. He was the number 4 last year, but he was behind Joe Moran, Noah Huseman, and Luke Shively. So
they're pretty good.
We didn't go into the year feeling like he was a 4, and I think Alex got 2 more years, and I think you're gonna hear a lot more from him the next 2 years. I think he's gonna he just does a really good job. He's a good competitor, and you can see his poise on the mound, not rattled. So, but we're really excited when he committed to us. We got him and Matt in that class, and we were really excited about it. And so I thought he did a great job and just brings such great presence to the mound.
Let's talk about your hottest batter here in the Crossroads League Tournament, Camden Knepp. He played 3 different defensive positions today.
Yep.
Started off the tournament 4 for 5 against Spring Arbor. Had a couple of walks in key moments yesterday, and then comes through with a big 2 RBI double in the 7th. He drove in 4 of your 11 runs today. He has been white hot since the tournament started.
Yeah, I think the thing with Cam is that he's a great. Well, he's a great athlete. He's a really good high school basketball player. Had an injury last year, and played with a shoulder brace on at the end of the year, and then had to have surgery in the summer. So he kind of lost his summer of lifting, and then was really limited in the fall early. But he is such a great competitor, and he is kind of like I said about Michael yesterday. Cam has so many big hits. He comes through for us in huge spots, and I just would say he just is not afraid to compete, and he is having a really he had the hamstring thing, and he missed 6 games, maybe 8, and it came back a little slow, but he's as good as anybody in our lineup right now, for sure.
And his poise, I think, at the plate is just his approach to everything is just so incredible for a guy that's a sophomore. I mean, he goes up there and takes every pitch, and his approach is the same no matter what. If there's second and third, 1 out, up, down, and the score, whatever. I mean, it's almost like a guy that's wise beyond his years for just a sophomore.
Well, that's one thing, even in recruiting, and we recruit high school guys. We have a few transfers, Penarski, but Taylor's a school that's we're built on high school stuff, and we're competing against junior college and division, a lot of older guys. But it's one thing in recruiting that we always watch is what's their plate discipline. And I saw Cam play a lot, and he played for Barber a little bit when he was younger, and just don't see him swing at bad pitches. And obviously you can tell by watching us play, we are trying to get that starter out of the game, and we've done a good job the first 3. And Cam's he's a big part of that, and he hits all over the lineup. He plays all over the field. He just steals bases, hits. That power's coming. I think you're gonna see that keep going. But really, really good baseball player.
And then Ben Cowball out of the 7th spot, 3 for 5, an RBI double that really seemed to maybe kickstart that second inning before the base running miscues, and he comes up with a big hit in the 9th to give you guys a little more breathing, which you ultimately needed.
Yeah, and Ben has played his best baseball late in the year. I don't know if it's the South Florida kid wanting to be warm, but he's played fantastic, and he's caught incredibly well. He's thrown the ball well, and that was something last year. He just didn't throw it very well, and we really challenged him with, and he's thrown it great this year, and has received it well. I think he's one of the best blockers you'll ever see. Luckily, our pitchers just give him ample opportunity to block pitches and show off. But I think Ben's done a really good job, and hopefully he can get some rest tonight and come back out and catch a 4th one tomorrow.
How is Connor Crawford doing? It was good to see him pop back up after taking one upstairs. How's Connor doing?
Well, I'm trying not to. Connor is okay.
It was good to see him walk off under his own power.
He avoided serious injury on a fastball, a Brady's fastball to the face. But he is injured. But I don't think he broke his jaw or has a concussion. But he is certainly injured and took quite a shot. And it's aside even from a competitive thing, Connor's a senior, he's a 4th-year guy, and he's hit his 16th home run, which tied our program record before TJ hit 21. But I think Connor's probably top 5 to 10 RBIs in the country. Connor's having an amazing year. He's another guy we were so excited to get him when he committed to us, and he's had a really strong career, but an amazing senior year. And again, aside from the competitive, you just feel for him because all these guys, their careers are they're dwindling, and we get to play next week, but it's just unfortunate. And certainly there was no intent, or nobody on either side wants to see someone get hit in the face, and but you
could see the concern on Butts' face when it happened. He was really, really hurt over it.
99% of pitchers don't want to hit a guy in the face, and 99% of hitters don't want to hit a line drive off a pitcher's face. But it's a game that requires a lot of toughness. You got to stand in the box and know that could happen, and you got to throw a pitch and know that it could happen. And I think baseball requires a toughness that is just different from every sport. When you're in the box, everyone's watching you. You know, a lot of other sports, I tell the guys, if you're a basketball player, you can't shoot, just don't. Just pass it to
Jason Hubbard.
Give it to Jason Hubbard and just get out of his way. Or, you know, if you're an offensive lineman, you miss a block, it's the coaches know, but you have to like put yourself on the line. I think that's why baseball players are so weird. Because if you really stopped and thought about what you were doing, you know, you may make a different choice. But it requires it just requires like a certain level of toughness, and that's why you know, like I think as coaches it's important to like really respect the players and their willingness to do that. And I think, you know, as players, and something that isn't always as present in our game today is to like respect that of the opponent, to understand like that hey, we're all putting ourselves out there, and like we could be injured, we could also look really stupid, and this game can be really hard, it can be cruel. So I'm glad Connor escaped serious injury, and I look forward to being able to talk to him whenever that happens.
The guy that came in to place him was Mason David. He's been your starting second baseman for the last month of the season. He comes in, gets a walk, forces the bad throw on the sacrifice bunt try. Yeah. He also gets a what else did Mason? He had an RBI double in the eighth. I mean, he played two different positions.
He did, and he scored on the double that Cam hit. And Mason is a big time athlete, can really run, and I think he's having like such a good freshman year. And again, like we're always going to be primarily a high school driven program, and we're playing against people that are not. Like when you look at the World Series teams this year, there will be the majority of them will have 0 kids that came out of high school. Like NA high baseball is not played young, and so then you know, and then you open your season on the West Coast where it's all older guys know what they're doing. But Mason has held up really well, and he's playing his best baseball late in the year. And you know, on the way up here, I was kind of thinking like, well, I don't know if Mike will be able to play tomorrow after pitching, and Connor's going to be out, and I don't know, but I know Mason will be in there, and he does a good job of playing wherever we play him, kind of like Cam. But we're just really excited to have a talented freshman like him, and I know he's going to put up some big numbers of his own as he goes through his career.
Let's brag on your field a little bit. Your assistant coach, Trevor Booth, came out and rolled the whole outfield. This place looks immaculate on an 80-degree day here in May.
Well, I get the infield ready every day, so let's start with that.
Well, it takes a long time.
No, I do appreciate, you know, the work, Rick, you and Jake and Seth, the SID crew. It's a lot of baseball games. And then Natalie heading up our event crew. And we got, Clacy, our student worker, Clacy, actually does quite a bit. But we got the volleyball teams, the women's basketball teams out here chasing foul balls. We got Jody's out here. And of course
doing something.
I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you what. He provides security, I guess. And then
6'7" in a bucket hat is scary.
Yeah, I mean, Casey Hackman and the training staff do a great job. And obviously, not just their time, but it is nice when Connor gets hit in the face to know, like, Casey's there. And Adam Sparks was out there, too. Adam actually took him to the hospital. But to know that you have competent people like them and Joe and Patience that can take care of that, because Lord knows, like, coaches can't. Like, we don't know anything about that, and he just needs to be cared for. So there's so many people that are doing so much to get this tournament going. Carrie Shanebrook and Rod and Austin and the whole like ground staff getting the field to look so great, and with all that rain. So we're I mean, I'm looking over and I see Barbara driving a Gator with like 7 trash bags in it. But
that's the most work he's done in a week.
Yeah, we're got everybody chipping in here, but we want it to be a great experience for all 8 of the teams here, and give them a great opportunity to play the greatest game in the world.
Last thing, one of the best players that I have had a chance to broadcast his games for is here today with his dad, Brian Moore. He looked like he still play a little bit.
Well,
he's still in game shape.
Number one, Brian Moore's dad beat us to every field we went to. He never missed a game until I saw him here. But Brian Moore...
so is he doing infield work then before you...
Brian and Lincoln were down there. And in 2016, we won the regular season, won the tournament, went down to the Savannah bracket. And I tell this story a lot, but that fall, we do a lot of competitive stuff in practice. Brian Moore's team was like 34-0. And I remember before the year being like, I don't know how good we are, but our catcher and our shortstop are our 2 most competitive guys. But there's a lot of great guys on that team, Jake and Brent and Kevin. And, I mean, I could go on. Josh Lane, Jared. Yeah. I mean, and Tiger. There's so many great guys. But Brian was quiet, but like such a competitor. And I feel really old because I still remember recruiting him. I still remember when he committed. But if I knew known he was as good as he was, I would have. He is such a great competitor. And yeah, he looks like he could bat lead off and swipe 30 more bases and play shortstop. So, but our shortstop now is pretty good too.
He's pretty good. Well, that's why I asked Seth. Like, if you think B Moore can play, he goes, we need a courtesy runner. We could just, tap him on the shoulder and put old 21 out.
We'll find him on the field, but I'll tell you what I do. I just put them both out there and like, you guys work it out.
Yeah,
let me know.
That'd be kind of fun to see him take ground balls. I could watch that all day.
No, I mean, really funny story. One year, we finished the year with Cranack playing a little bit of shortstop, moved from third, and Matt
was
Maple.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but that Michael had mostly played third, and like I didn't know, do we play Michael at short and Matt at second, or Matt at short and Michael at third? So I'm not kidding. The first practice, I just said go to your positions, and Michael went to shortstop and Matt went to second, and I just thought, okay, it worked out.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how we decided who to play where.
Smart.
It worked. Those guys knew way more. They knew what they were doing. There was very little coaching with Matt Maple. You just, you just like let him. He knows what he's doing. So.
Awesome. Enjoy some time
Thanks,
off,
Rick. Appreciate
and
it.
we'll talk to you tomorrow. That's Taylor head coach Kyle Gould joining us here on the Ivanhoe's postgame show. Remember, you can download the Ivanhoe's app. It's got all the fantastic information about their wonderful menu. On a day like today, you want to go to Ivanhoe's today. Taylor wins 11-8. Penarski picks the win, his third of the year. Meisner takes the loss. It's his first one of the year. Ross gets the save. That's his third. Taylor on to the winner's bracket championship game tomorrow, 3 o'clock, against the winner of this game and the winner of the last game. Our third game of the day is Mount Vernon Nazarene Marion, and then Huntington will play the winner of that game tonight at 7. Special thanks to our on-site producer, Kyle Yost. The executive producer of the Trojan Sports Network is Cameron Andry. Once again, Taylor wins 11-8 by a final today over Huntington. They are 3-0 in the Crossroads League Tournament, and they'll play tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the championship game. This has been a presentation of Taylor Baseball on the Trojan Sports Network.